Infinite Ammo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Infinite Ammo Syndicate EU podcast, our E3 2018 wrap-up episode. Kind of rating and kind of getting our opinions on everything that was shown off, like the big announcements during E3 this year. And we're going to go down the line. We're going to see Sonic Kick. What are you up to?
Not much. I just got, like I said, I got home from work and here to discuss E3.
Hey, there we go. Retro Sheep, what are you up to?
Hey, not long got back from America. Tired as hell, but yeah, let's do this.
Got a little bit of jet lag?
Just a bit, yeah.
I feel that some days. All right, Shadow, what you up to?
Which one?
Well, the only one here. Shadow Pyro's not here today.
Oh, he's not here anymore, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. I'm just watching some football, but I'm ready.
You're a little bit quiet there. You might need to.
You sound like you're in a cave.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
We just found him in the tunnels of Afghanistan, I believe. Got a little technical difficulty there.
All right, better now?
Much better.
Yeah, Discord took the wrong microphone. Like every time I started. It's fucking stupid.
Discord is wonderful some days.
Yes, indeed.
It reminds me of Skype in some aspects. All right, and then Inferno Dragon, how you been?
Been trying to dissect that lovely Kingdom Hearts plot.
I'm sorry. Do you have a flowchart made up of whiteboards?
You know the image from The Office? Office is kind of like that.
I was thinking of Always Sunny, where he's trying to find out who Pepe Sylvia is. He's like freaking out, got a whole bunch of letters and pictures everywhere.
Yeah,
The crazy board. I tried years ago to get into Kingdom Hearts for that plot, and it's whew.
Had quite a discussion about it last night while on a call. Let me just say,
It makes the weird Sonic lore seem almost comprehensible.
Well, Sonic doesn't really have a lore anymore. Honestly, we've given the fuck up because it's just like, you know how like there used to be humans, now there's apparently those games are canon to Forces, which has like animals and shit. You know,
It's a clusterfuck.
yeah. Hold on.
But we're here to talk about a couple other clusterfucks today. We're gonna start, ironically, with the Square Enix E3 showing. The Shadow of the Tomb Raider gameplay was the first thing shown, and I thought it was okay. It looks like the new Tomb Raiders. More of the same. What do you guys think?
Well, sometimes I got some like Assassin's Creed vibes from it, where she just, the scenes where she's jumping out of the trees, kind of like Ezio or whatever, Assassin's Creed, just jumping down on dudes. I don't know, maybe I'm just remembering the old Tomb Raider games, and it was...
I'd say the new Tomb Raiders are kind of similar.
Yeah, they are. I'm just, when I started to play Tomb Raider, I started with the first one, and I think I stopped at the third or fourth, so it's kind of
that was
weird.
A smart move. Some of those games got fucking dumb.
Oh yeah.
Anybody else?
it's one of the few things I didn't catch, so I'm just gonna say, oh, look at that, more Tomb Raider. Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't care.
I get that. Then there was Just Cause 4, which now is bringing in weird weather physics like tornadoes and shit.
Yes.
Which seems like right up Just Cause's fucking alley, so I'm down with that.
Absolutely. It's more mayhem, and that can just be awesome.
I'm just looking forward to that game a lot. Just for the fact that like it's like with the rest of the Just Cause series, and it's almost like Saints Row, where you just go in to blow shit up, and it's just brilliant. So I'm really looking forward to all the mayhem that they showed in that.
I think it's probably going to be... I think it's going to be better than the third game. I still think 2's the best. But, I mean, fuck, just the tornadoes alone. That's worth it.
You see a little cloud, and then, 3 minutes later...
You see
I live in the Midwest, so I have to deal with tornadoes all the time. But this is the only time I'm excited for one.
You see, when you hook onto that tornado, you can climb it.
What are we, Windy Valley now?
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. And then coming out in a couple days, actually, was a weird semi prequel to Life is Strange 2: The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. I think for it being free, it's okay.
I mean, like, what? Like, I've only followed Life is Strange by watching that ER video of how bad Life is Strange is. But
yeah,
this looks like the best content Life is Strange could offer, just for the fact that it doesn't have any of the Life is Strange characters.
the thing is, there's one good ending for Life is Strange, and there's an ending that just completely is so fucking dumb.
That people actually praised it and went, "Oh my god, this is the best ending."
It's literally the shipping ending. Hey, do you like this lesbian couple? LMAO, let the city die. I just fucking spoiled it, but oh well.
But this game's supposed to tie into Life is Strange 2, isn't it? It's supposed to carry over progress so that you can have more endings in the second one.
From what I'm hearing, it both does that and kind of hints at the plot of the second one. Which is also kind of weird. They announced the second season about like 2 days ago instead of announcing it at E3 along with this. Which was fucking dumb, I think.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? You have, this little free thing, and then you could say, hey, Ed, there's a second game coming out on this date, instead of waiting 2 weeks and then announcing it later. Fuck. I don't know, that pissed me off a little bit. And then the Switch exclusive JRPG Octopath Traveler, which is looking better each time I see it.
I'm not feeling Octopath Traveler for some reason, I don't know that, like, very extreme heavy lighting on top of sprites looks very good in my opinion. Like, y'all can agree to disagree, but like, I just don't like the look of it. I mean, know, man.
The game, when you have it, because I've been playing it, like, the demos on Switch, they've been relatively interesting. Like, the game's fun to play. But once you see the game in motion, and even on the kind of smaller handheld screen, it doesn't look bad there. I haven't played it docked, so I don't know what it would look like on my TV, but it doesn't look bad in 720p with the little small screen.
Right.
I have it on pre-order, that's all
I got the CN on lock when it was first announced. I'm like, okay, I'll get that. Put it on there, pay $100.
Yeah, when they're like, hey guys, you have another demo, I'm just like, just take this and be on my way.
Then the next announced game was The Quiet Man, and I'm gonna be honest here, I didn't know what the fuck this was going to be, and I still don't know why they decided to show this off this early.
Just for a second, was I the only one that was confused when I watched the trailer? Did it switch between like real video and then game graphics, or was that just me?
Here's the thing: we don't know if that's actually what the game looks like in game, but that's essentially what it was. Yeah, it switched from like it looked like a weirdly shot porn set to a weirdly lit game. I don't know if you ever watch on YouTube. There's these like, it's a porn, but with all the porn scenes removed. It looks like one of those.
The Quiet Man, you mean?
you guys want to see acting that makes middle school plays look like freaking Hollywood movies?
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Well, okay, so The Quiet Man, I was first interested when I heard it might be a beat 'em up. I was like, oh, cool. But then it's like a cinematic hybrid. I was like, okay, fucking dropped.
Thing is, that can be done right. And the only game recently it's done like the live action plus in-game thing is Quantum Break, which it wasn't bad with that one, but this looked bad. This looked really fucking bad from the live action stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the point. I don't know.
God, I hope so. I hope it's a fucking comedy. But it unintentionally made me laugh, so that's probably not a good sign for it.
Or maybe it's going for that ironic kind of humor.
I hope.
Right.
But
like an homage to the old FMV games that were all terrible.
Yeah, perhaps.
There were some decent ones there. Phantasmagoria, I believe it is.
Okay, yeah, that was good. I agree.
The first one, not the second one. We're not talking about the second one.
Yeah.
Speaking of sequels, Kingdom Hearts 3 got 3 different trailers.
Yeah, I got it was 3 different trailers, and 2 of them were like the same, except they added Ratatouille in one of them. That was it.
They also had like weird audio mixing.
Yes. It was weird.
It sounded like somebody didn't have it finished in the editing booth. They're like, "Fuck it, we gotta just get it out the door,
We'll do it live.
show it." Yeah. Yeah, the game looks great. The game looks beautiful.
13 years, Nomura. 13
years and
13
40,000 side games and remasters.
13 years, Organization 13. He planned this, and you know it.
That cheeky fuck.
I'm just super freaking glad we actually got a release date.
I'm surprised that they didn't announce, because I was expecting them to also announce the remasters of 1 and 2, all 40,000 of them for Xbox as well, because 3's coming to Xbox. I was surprised at that.
They'll do it later.
Yeah, but with the amount of fucking games there is, you gotta really rush before that game comes out.
Well, I mean, there is time, and B, I mean, at least for PSN users, there is the Kingdom Hearts all-in-one package.
But he's talking like for Xbox users.
Yeah, because this is coming up to something we're bringing up later. I was like,
read the wiki synopsis.
Or hey, yeah, there's people have been shitting on Angry Joe for just saying he's gonna watch like all the catch-up stuff on YouTube. Yeah, I think it was topical. Which
I don't know why that trended. I just didn't care. But
I don't know why people are bitching. That's a very reasonable thing to do.
It's Angry Joe. What do you expect? Do you expect him to actually do his research?
To be fair, I can't blame him for watching like a whole bunch of like the plot on YouTube because there's so many fucking games.
Well, even then, good luck trying to dissect it. And I mostly say that if only because Dream Drop just essentially fucked the whole thing in 2.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
I'm just in for a ride for the journey there. The plot's way too fucking for me. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go through that.
Yeah, that in of itself is its own can of worms. So,
and then the next game, Babylon's Falls, which I got to be honest here, I don't know what the fuck this game's going to be.
Yeah, it was very cryptic.
I don't even know what the heck it is, so I'm just gonna say
it shows like a whole bunch of like like historical events, and then it shows some combat, quote unquote, and it looks cool, but it's just a CGI trailer. It's also developed by Platinum Games, which means it could be really good, or it could be that TMNT game they made. Nobody knows. 2019.
Yeah.
I love Platinum. I'm just, every time I'm like, okay, is this going to be another Star Fox Zero, or is this going to be like Nier Automata? Like, where are we at here? I don't really know, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the trailer several times just to maybe there was something hidden there, but no, it's just so hard to tell at this point.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm holding out hope, but I gotta see more before I'm excited, really.
Yeah.
And then in news that can only somehow possibly be better than the PC version here, Nier Automata coming to Xbox One.
And yet they won't patch their PC port.
The PC port has a lot of issues. Considering it takes like 1 or 2 different mods to get it really running right, and even then it's kind of a pain in the ass. I love the game.
Yeah, it's because it's a real shame too, because Nier Automata is a pretty freaking good game.
I am interested though. I think it's a good fit. It's a good game coming out to a console that, I think it'll sell well. I'm a little ashamed there's no physical release. That's the thing that pisses me off. I like having a physical copy, but I mean, it could be worse. The game's coming out.
Square patch your games, damn it.
Oh, Square and Platinum.
You get my point.
So yeah, how would you guys rate the conference here?
It was a conference.
It certainly was it was a video showing things on a screen.
I don't think it was entirely special, really.
A lot
personally.
of it was stuff we've already seen. Like, Kingdom Hearts was at Microsoft and Sony's. Automata was announced at Xbox, like the Microsoft conference. Octopath Traveler was seen later on, but it was kind of before, so I'll give it that. And I think Just Cause 4 was also at Xbox too. So yeah, Spirit, Just Cause was at Xbox. Kingdom Hearts was pretty much in everything.
I can rate it. Swear, have a better Final Fantasy 14 live letter next time. The end out of 10.
Yep. More Final Fantasy 15, 14. Actually, I'm surprised there wasn't 15 content shown.
Yeah, actually, you bring that up. Yeah, because even after Royal Edition, they still have more crap to make.
I'm excited because I love 15. I think it's fun as hell. And I just picked up a PC version recently so I can replay that fucking thing. But I'm surprised they're going all in with content for that, considering how long it fucking took to make that game.
No more.
Alright, so we're gonna get to the Microsoft conference. This was probably the biggest conference out of all of these. The most in it,
Probably because it has the most to try and pick up from every other year.
Yeah. I mean, last year's wasn't bad either, I don't think, for them. It was just kind of there, But we're going to get into the first one here, Halo Infinite. I'm a big Halo fan, so I was not really expecting to see Master Chief's helmet. So I was like, this is beautiful. I don't know what fucking game this is. And then you see Chief's helmet, I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. I'm excited to see what the hell's going to happen with this one. Halo 5 had a bad story, but it had good multiplayer.
But that's coming in the next generation of consoles, isn't it?
They showed an Xbox One logo near the end. So
alright, I thought it was on the next platform. No,
I think we're gonna see it probably next year.
Alright, okay. There were a few that were on that were released that were upcoming. I remember they were upcoming for the next generation. I thought that was on the list.
All of these were shown for Xbox, but they did announce. We'll get to that one later. I'll talk about that one.
Okay,
but yeah, I think it's nice to see Halo kind of getting a prominent thing there before it's obviously going to be shown next year. And the trailer looked really good. It was pretty, and apparently it was all in engine. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that one.
Yeah, I've just fallen into Halo since 4, to me was like a big letdown.
I'll say 4 was better in the story department than it was in the multiplayer, and 5 was worse in the story department, but it was great in the multiplayer. It was it's been weird,
Who knows? Maybe they'll actually hit the mark with this one, but we'll have to see.
I'm hoping.
For Halo,
if they keep Halo 5's multiplayer and just add a great story, I wouldn't bitch. If they can keep that kind of mechanic set up.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Whew.
Oh, you're fine. We're on the Halo Infinite one.
I wanted to add to this one just something really quick. What I'm hoping it looks like what they're doing is going back to how the kind of the thing that Bungie used to do. Basically, their Halos were more about they were more gritty, Yeah. Rather than being futuristic, one shot, one kill crap stuff that they're doing with the newer games. That's what I'm honestly hoping is that they go back to more of the gritty Halo rather than just doing the weird futuristic stuff with the bloom and the
Prometheans.
Everything's so bright and no, I want Halo. I want freaking fighting aliens.
Without saying too much, there's definitely going to be more Ring Worlds this time. If you played Wars 2, not going to say too much past that.
Yeah. It looks like they're going back to that sort of the style of like 1, 2, and 3 rather than 4 and 5, which was I felt 4 and 5 were like they felt too different.
I think 4 was okay, but yeah, 5 was kind of a fucking like all over the place in the story. Multiplayer was great, but just the story was like, where the fuck we going? What's all this?
I want
I think, you know, because they're really trying to get Halo back to where it was before, like roughly around the time of Reach. You know, they're trying to get Master Chief Collection in a state where it's pretty much a whole new game. 5 did pretty well for multiplayer, but story was awful and nobody really touched it after the first like month. They're trying to get back to the roots, and I like that.
That's what I mean, yeah.
They're not really doing like we're going back to the old style, and like you get Dead Rising 4.
Oh my god, I don't even want to talk about that.
The trailer inspired confidence because I didn't expect it to be Halo until I saw the helmet. I'm like, oh fuck.
And then I saw the whatchamacallit, I saw the Jeep. What's it called? How you call that?
The Warhog.
Yeah, I saw the yeah. You're right. The War.
When I saw it, I'm like,
Warhog.
I was like, hang on, wait, Warhog, and because I think it was like right before Chief Sullivan. I'm like, wait, hang on. It was a nice lead-in.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, but, what were you about to say?
I got cut off. I was saying it's like that's when I saw that Warthog, I felt like okay, maybe they might be going back to basics here. You know?
Oh yeah. I think it's gonna be interesting to see because this is kind of the make or break one. You know?
Yeah. So it could be good.
All right, so we're going to talk about, and I'm going to fuck this up because I am awful at pronouncing Japanese words. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice?
Is it Sekiro or something like that?
I think so.
Let's
just call it Shadows Die Twice.
It's like hopefully this will be better than the recent From Software titles, LOL, Dark Souls, and Bloodborne suck. Well, I'm just kidding, but I kid, man. I'm just joking. But but real talk, I really haven't been interested. I don't know why I don't find the Dark Souls or like Bloodborne games interesting, but Sekiro, because it's like, you know, it's like samurai Japanese sort of thing. I'm actually kind of interested in this one. I'm probably gonna die just like I do in like playing Dark Souls and that kind of stuff. But it looks like a ton of fun.
It looks in a little bit of ways to be like a spiritual successor to like Ninja Gaiden, as well as sort of being a little Souls-ish.
It felt like Neo 2 before Neo 2 was announced.
Yeah.
Basically.
Ironically, like the 2 fucking days before Neo 2 would be 2 days before Neo 2 would be announced. I was surprised on that one. I was like, huh, okay. This is Samurai E3 pretty much.
I was saying we didn't see anything in Neo 2, we just saw the JPEG, didn't we?
Yeah, I think, well, there was a little bit of a teaser, just Neo 2 logo.
Yeah, basically JPEG. That's what I call it.
Anybody else have thoughts on Shadows Die Twice?
Well, it's the same. It drew me in because of its aesthetics, basically, and maybe it's a little bit easier than the recent games because you actually can die twice, apparently. So maybe that is going to motivate me to actually play this game, because at these very, very high technical skilled games, I don't know. I'm getting old. My reaction time is going down. So maybe this is the game for me. So I can try again once I fail. So I don't know.
Yeah.
See, I'm not ready for this Dark Souls level mental breakdowns.
I don't know if I am. So
I'm interested to see.
100% every Crash Bandicoot game nearly broke me. So I am not ready for Dark Souls difficulty games yet, I don't think.
You can always start with the Surge. And actually, I'll say this: I'm interested to see what this is going to be, because everyone was expecting the little teaser that was originally shown to be like Bloodborne 2,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see what the aesthetics of this game are going to be like. The look, the feel of like the later game. Like mid-game, late game, kind of shit like that. I'm interested. Now to the game I think we're all probably the most excited for here. Devil May Cry 5. Fucking hell, I was not expecting this.
Inside of my head, in my outside in the curtain. Oh, whatever. Anyway,
to quote a certain thing, yes.
There's so much things I want to talk about DMC5, but I also want to save that for like you guys, basically. And also, I don't want to, make this conversation go on for too long. If we did, there'd be so much to talk about. But I'm just happy it's happening for the most part, I guess.
The game, it looks so fucking good in gameplay. Like, it's so smooth. It's... God, I'm sad it took this long to get this fucking game. But, I mean, shit, this is what I wanted out of the last 10 years of wait, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
This looks fucking great.
Also, Nero. I don't know. I like Nero.
I didn't hate Nero in 4. I thought he was fun. He had different combat mechanics, and
yeah.
Right? Doesn't hurt to have new characters.
So this definitely takes place after 2 in the timeline.
Yeah. Which means people need to play 2 again soon.
Or you could just watch the cutscenes on YouTube.
I actually did play 2 the other day. It was pretty freaking terrible.
Look, I still actually have to play it on my end, but I know I'm not going to like it, going off of what many DMC enthusiasts have said unanimously about 2.
That's funny because,
I would say the thing I'll say about 2 is it's not good, but it's not.
Oh fuck!
It's not really. It's iffy, It
just
it's
doesn't live up to the rest of the games, basically.
Yeah, it's the weakest outside of DM.
I really do not like DMC2. It was just so boring. Like, it was so bad I wasn't even paying attention to the story that I just forgot where I was.
I'll say this. I got a thing for redheads, so Lucia wasn't bad, but
I was just like, I live streamed it, and I was just like, I completed it in like 3 hours, and I was just like, I just wish I had those 3 hours back. It wore me out that much.
This is the first time since 2 that we're kind of going ahead of a timeline.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to be able to say that, hey, more story, kind of, we don't know where everything's going to be going necessarily. I think that's interesting. All right, you guys want to jump to the next one here?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Crackdown 3, which, relatively looked decent this time. It didn't look like the frame rate was kind of chugging harder than, cold milk.
Yeah.
Or, curded milk.
Just get it out, guys, and make it good. That's how I feel about Crackdown 3,
I'm excited for it. I love the Crackdown games. Even 2, which was kind of, I'm interested. I think there's not really too much I have to say about it until it comes out, because it's not out yet, finally. Anybody else?
Yeah, I was never into the series, so I know there's a lot of people who were looking forward to this, but for me, it was just a meh.
I mean, now you got a lot of games that kind of cloned aspects of it. Just Cause 4 kind of took a whole bunch of shit from it, pretty much. Not Just Cause 4. Saints Row.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I want it to be good. I wanted to come out, and I fucked up on that one a little bit. But I wanted it to be really good. I hope it's good. I hope that when it releases, it doesn't have too many problems, because fuck the development time alone. I don't know. It could be interesting.
Sure.
Next one, 2 new Sea of Thieves expansions. I got a feeling Sea of Thieves is suffering from the same problem that almost all of Destiny and even the Division had a whole bunch of problems at launch, and it didn't take till the first year to get really decent. Until the end of the first year. I think Sea of Thieves is suffering from that same problem.
Yeah. Also, I think this is one of these games where it's a lot more fun if you have a crew or friends, a group you can regularly play with. Otherwise, it's just I don't know.
Kind of boring. I mean, I've played it before. I like it. There's a lot of good aspects to it. It just needs refinement. It's the same thing with Division. Division was okay at launch. It was fun with friends. It needed a lot more work to make it a good game. Eventually became it. I think Sea of Thieves is one of those games that, I mean, the issues that it has, they can be resolved with more time. It'll take, it's one of those games, I'll look back in a year and see if they fix shit or if nothing's improved. That's
sure, yeah.
Anybody else want to talk about it, or do we want to just kind of get to the next one?
I think I said everything about that I wanted to. So, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, I mean, I don't really watch the Microsoft conference that much, so yeah, I've seen a couple of things, but we'll get to them.
All right. So Forza Horizon 4, which is taking place in Britain instead of what everybody wanted, which was Tokyo, Japan. I mean, it's more Horizon.
Yeah, certainly.
From what I've seen of it, it's very visually good.
Oh, yeah.
I think the graphics are brilliant for it, but I don't know, racing games not terribly much for me, I don't think.
The racing games, they're fun because they kind of let themselves be a little goofier and kind of, the closest I can say to it's like Burnout Paradise, but active. Like, you've got a lot of fun driving challenges and, a varied open world, but it kind of falls apart when, nobody's kind of, I don't know, I think it would be a better fit for, Tokyo with all the crazy shit and the tight roads and all that. I think it'd be fun. But yeah.
Maybe they pull it off.
I'm hoping. I like, the weather changing. If it's winter in game, you can drive over lakes and shit. And that seems up my alley, just kind of that goofy shit. But yeah. Anyone?
Do you think that maybe goes to? Do they say if that goes with the in-game clock or the in-game clock or the external real time that it's following?
From what I've heard, it goes with like an in-game clock. Like, it'll change every few hours.
Right. Okay.
But I think it'd be interesting if they did it where it's like, during certain seasons, maybe one will be a little, one season will last longer than, summer, spring, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. It would be interesting to have the icy winter season during winter, and just as a seasonal event.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that'd be interesting for even the main line before it's a motorsport series. Like, if you had the actual current weather conditions of those tracks right then, that would be cool. That'd be like, oh, hey, Indianapolis Motor Speedway is currently rainy right now, so in game it'll be rainy. I think that'd be interesting. I'm surprised they haven't done that with a racing game.
Yeah, I think it would be quite novel, really.
Oh yeah. All right, so the next one is Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, which is
finally a reason to play Vesperia. Exactly.
I liked that game on 360. I played it a lot, and I'm interested to go back again. Actually, with this one, because it's been since launch that I played Vesperia.
It's that version that we never got because fuck Logic.
It's one of those games that it's really great, and it still looks very fucking pretty.
Well, yeah, but when I learned there was that PS3 version that just had more content, I'm like, but I want more content.
I'm excited to see the new content because I missed out on all that. I think everybody in the West did, so.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna play Vesperia after. I kind of wasn't playing it out of spite. I'm like, fuck you, Bandai Namco. You're not gonna give me the version that actually gives me more bang for my buck. Then I'm not buying your damn Vesperia. I'll stick to Berseria.
I'm surprised they didn't release it like as DLC, I was the kind of thing I was surprised by. It didn't say like, "Hey, you can pay this much for extra content."
Like, can we stop getting final mixed already? And can we just? Yeah, that's what I'm calling it because we essentially got final mixed.
I'm surprised that like Japanese devs for not taking DLC to heart with that kind of shit. Like, hey, yeah, you can upgrade your stuff to this one for like $5 or $10 extra. I'm like, I'd pay for some of that.
We will make it printable money.
Exactly.
Which admittedly it is going to. Because Vesperio, like from what I hear, was like a pretty popular entry, and now we're gonna get a version that's multi-plat and basically has a lot more content.
Oh yeah. Fuck, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with that one though, you know?
Yeah, and it's just another Tales of game that'll be under my belt with more missable side quests and a very longer story than I would ever hope to imagine. Thanks,
All right.
Symphonia.
Alright, so the next game is a new Battletoads announcement.
I was not expecting a new Battletoads.
I feel sorry for GameStop employees all around the world because they're not getting phone calls. Hey, you guys got the new Battletoads yet?
Hey, you guys gonna kick us in the nuts yet? Because that's Battletoads.
Well, that was also a big problem. Like, it used to be a problem, and then when Rare Replay came out and it had the original Battletoads in it, they got so many fucking phone calls they stopped taking pre-orders for a little while. So this is gonna happen all over again.
Is this the Krusty Krab? It's essentially like that.
Is this No, this is Patrick.
You guys got the new Battletoads yet? No. Just wait, damn it.
I was not expecting an announcement of that, but I'm excited. I don't know if did they say who developers are going to be?
Not that I know of. I mean, all I heard was new Battletoads, and I'm like, you're kidding.
I mean, I think it's smart, you know? You got the IP, and then they have Battletoads in, what was that one? Killer Instinct. Recently also, so... I mean, fuck, may as well make use of that IP.
Sure. I mean, back in the day, I played the original one, and it was hard as balls. So I wonder how hard the new one is going to be. I hope just as hard.
I hope they crank it up, and then I hope there's extra, like even higher difficulties.
Oh yeah,
like go fucking nuts with it.
Wait, that statement though is just like you got the IP, do something with it. Take notes, Konami.
I mean, we've seen what happens when they do that, right? Remember,
those don't count.
It counts.
Pachinko doesn't count. Damn it. I don't care what the Japanese have to say.
Oh no, yeah, I was talking about Metal Gear Survive.
That doesn't count either because it's just that bad. You see, it's so bad that it's like a freaking nightmare that just happened to come to life. Freaking Psycho Mantis made this illusion to us, and now we're being tortured by it.
Sounds legit.
You know, fuck it. That's my headcanon now. Psycho Mantis made Metal Gear Survive just to fuck with us.
The thing is, it's one of those things like with DMC Devil May Cry, I always say, it's not a bad game, but it's not a good, like Metal Gear game or a good DMC game.
It should have been its own thing, quite honestly. It should not have had the Metal Gear name tacked on it.
I mean, I wouldn't even mind like them kind of like cock-teasing ties to Metal Gear. Because, I mean, the Fox Engine's pretty much the only thing they got going for them right now. They may as well like tease things, but I would have made its own IP. I probably would have sold it for a little less even. It's a fuck up. Alright, so we're gonna get to the next one here. Gears 5, Gears Tactics, and Gears Funko, or Gears Pop actually is the name of it, were all revealed.
I felt like starting it off with Gears Pop was a bad idea because it made me feel bad for Gears fans. I'm like, wow, I can't believe this is the only thing they're getting. And then I'm like, oh, Gears 5. I'm like, oh, whatever.
I would have started with Gears 5 and been like, hey, we got a little family friendly kind of thing here at the end of it, and say, hey, here's Gears Pop. It's a mobile game.
Freaking Funko Pops. Jesus Christ.
I wonder what Gears Pop is going to be, because they didn't really say what it's going to be. And that's just confusing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like the canceled Halo Mega Bloks game that was going to happen.
If it was, that'd actually be kind of cool. Because that Gears Mega Bloks one didn't look bad for like essentially like a family-friendly game.
Yeah, I remember I was like thinking about that because that was in development, but it never got shown off or released. So
yeah. And then there was a canceled Gears game before that's kind of similar to Tactics. I can't remember the name of that one. But I mean, I think it's interesting to see if they're kind of spreading Gears out a little bit more. And then Gears 5 didn't look bad from a footage, but it kind of looked a little strange plot-wise.
Yeah.
Because without saying too much about the Gears canon, from what I remember, isn't Queen I think it's Queen Mara, is that chick's grandmother? I'm not entirely certain. It's been a while since I played Gears. But I think they're gonna try to make it in the vein of kind of like it looks more like a kind of a God of War, like the new God of War kind of story mode thing. Does that make sense? Like if they were focusing more kind of like on a plot similar to like the new God of War, kind of more contained game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It could be good. I was kind of iffy on Gears 4's story, but I haven't played it in a long time, so I don't know too much. What do you guys think?
I mean, Gears pop, Gears 5, I sleep. Everything basically I sleep. I know I missed the Battletoads thing, but I just want to say woo. But everything else I'm just like I sleep. Not really a huge Gears fan, honestly.
I like the Gears series, except I'm awful with multiplayer.
Yeah.
But I hope it's good. All right, we got a few topics here we're gonna get into. So a new next-gen Xbox was revealed to be in development, which that's normally not a secret for most companies. They tend to start work on the new console about a year or two after the console releases.
Yeah.
I got a feeling 2020 is probably going to be the earliest we see either PS5 or the next Xbox.
Yeah, I'm just not feeling this console. Like, I like this console generation, but I'm not really feeling the tech because every time it's like, oh, the power's getting stronger. It's, but I'm feeling like, y'all can make video games with this tech, but at the same time, you're still limiting yourself,
Yeah. Well, I think this gen started in a weird way a little too early.
Yeah.
And it definitely did take a while to actually kickstart itself.
Yeah. You had both Sony and Microsoft kind of playing like weird hardware catch-up, kind of.
Yeah.
And then PlayStation Pro came out because both of them understood the prevalence of UHD and shit like that coming. And Sony kind of jumped the gun with the PS4 Pro in my eyes.
I just feel like, they did. And at the same time, I felt like, that the time the PS4 was coming out, I felt like that was the perfect time to start a new console because, that was the time where things were getting old and obsolete. And now, when they're updated and they're they just keep getting updated, and it's we don't really have to update every single time. Just make some good games,
Well, the thing with the PS3 and the 360 generation, you have to understand how little spec-wise they have.
Yeah.
And what they got out of it. The PS3 had 2 different sets of RAM, and they were both 256 megabytes of RAM.
Yeah.
That's not a lot. They got a lot out of the PS3 and the 360.
Yeah, I'll say this, Gren says, hey, if you care about tech, then PC is better than consoles. I just feel like if you really care about tech, go to PC.
I'm sorry, you said megabytes?
Yeah, megabytes.
Oh,
Gig.
God.
You want to say like gigs and terrorism shit?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh.
So
Oh.
and the thing is, with the PS4 and the Xbox One, they went to gigabytes, obviously.
Thank God.
But both of them are not really strong consoles. The PS4 is stronger than the Xbox One, but they're both kind of shitty in the long term.
I mean, have you seen the PS4 try to download something?
Yeah, well,
God, that Wi-Fi adapter is garbage.
I could talk about the PlayStation Network and download speeds for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about
The length of time it takes to download a game.
Let me tell you something about the download speed real quick. Oh my lord. What did you guys do? My router is literally like not even, let's see.
Dude, I'm wired and I have issues.
Okay, but let's see. The router's like right there. Like you can literally see the PS4 and the router in the same eye level. Like if you were to look straight at my setup, it's right there. Yeah, and yet it still downloads at like extremely minuscule speeds and takes like freaking forever to download one thing. Hell, even if it's a couple gigabytes for a patch.
Dude, for some reason, right? Everything else I own, my cell phone, Switch, the Xbox, PC, even my fucking smart TV, right? They will all download faster. And then the fucking Switch and phone are wireless, right? They're fucking on Wi-Fi. PS4 is also wired, and it downloads like a fucking like turd covered in molasses being thrown down a hallway. It makes no sense. It's fucking confusing how slow it is.
Yeah, when you know that when Nintendo does something tech-wise better than you got a couple issues.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling how bad it is. It's worse than PS3.
Like, I had the Octo expansion for Splatoon 2 download much faster than any kind of DLC expansion for pretty much anything else on my PS4.
Yeah. Like, it's so absurd.
You know, something I'll say about Nintendo is that they could have I felt like they could have fallen behind on the Switch because apparently Capcom told them to put more RAM on the Switch because they wanted the RE engine to work on Switch, right?
Yeah. And even then it kind of doesn't.
Yeah, so like I feel like Nintendo could have been disastrous for them because they do need more power, you know?
I think this gen for Nintendo is kind of a middle ground until next gen in a weird way. But I think they've always kind of been on a different wavelength than Xbox and PlayStation, really.
Yeah, they have their own niche market.
Yeah. Nintendo's
I wouldn't say niche.
Second console, I think.
I mean, niche is kind of niche is a more lack of a better word sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because
specific. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, considering that, I know we'll get more into that later, but I'm just gonna say one word: Smash.
Yeah, Smash kind of honestly brings in everyone. You know?
Yeah. But that's for literally later in the document.
Yeah, we got a little bit more to go. I think 2020 we're not gonna see this gen die off. I think Microsoft will also have full Xbox One backwards compatibility. I don't know about Sony. If I'm being honest here, I don't know what they're going to do.
No, I don't think they're doing it.
If they don't, that's going to be a little weird.
They just seem to hate backwards compatibility now for some reason.
They really do.
Yeah.
Ever since
PS3 era, it just...
Well, ever since the remodels of the PS3 anyway.
I really do think, because this has been their strongest gen so far, really. This PS2 and this one have been strong for them. But I don't know what they're going to do next gen. If they don't have some sort of backwards compatibility, I do think some people get pissed. I don't like the amount of remasters that Sony puts out, if I'm being honest here. I like some of the remasters, but I don't like the amounts of just over and over and over kind of thing. And PS Now, because we're going to get into game streaming, PS Now has a lot of work before I think it will become a rival to normal backwards compatibility. I want to see what's going to happen with that. But does everybody else want to jump to the next topic?
Just real quick, I've been asking myself, like, personally, if I would even care about the next-gen console anymore, because I've been looking at my game library, and for, like, PlayStation 1 and 2, I have a huge library of games. PlayStation 3 still quite substantial, and then PlayStation 4, it declined, like, crazy. I have, like, maybe a dozen games and not more. I don't know. I've been getting off of console lately. The more, I don't know. I don't know if I even care about the next generation anymore.
I mean, yeah, that would probably more you think than anything, because I still got quite a few games that I actually still haven't even started yet. Yeah,
I've always been sort of I'll play pretty much any. Like, I have every gen I normally buy, all the consoles, and I still have a PC and all that. Mostly because I have a little bit too much money that I know what to do with, it seems. But
lucky you.
Also because I kind of like, there are games that I don't want to miss out on anything, and there's some games that I think I prefer to play like different controllers or on different ways, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the missing out is probably the only reason why I would even consider this day to buy something on PlayStation. If it's not on PC, that's the only reason today that I would buy a game like that. I don't know.
I think next gen, this is just a quick thing before I'm kind of done with this topic. I think next gen, all three consoles need to kind of go hard on what their strengths are. Microsoft, I think their strength is building like an interface, kind of as like a system setup. Well, I mean, like, I should probably word that a little bit better. They can build
I'm thinking like their
structure.
Immediately I went to their UI, which their UI on Xbox One is absolute garbage.
It's okay. Hang on. To be fair though, this gen has not had good UIs on any platform.
I'd say PS4 is pretty all right. Like, it's a bit confusing, but
except for their PSN Store keyboard.
Oh yeah,
the keyboard. Yeah. I hate the library system, because when you scroll all the way over to the library and you click it, it takes like 4 hours to load on the original PS4. It's such a pain in the ass of that. The good thing about
don't even get me started on that. I mean, I would like a Pro because I prefer the better power, because I just don't like, especially because I don't want my goddamn discs to burn out trying to load anything. Okay. Let me tell you like a little something. So, I mean, I still like play.
Yeah, change PSN. Yeah.
Let me say this: WWE 2K18.
Mm-hmm.
It loads so weirdly on my goddamn PS4. That is the only game in my entire library that actually heats up the room, because the fan has to work so goddamn hard trying to load the damn thing.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that game on Switch though?
The game's got a lot of problems everywhere. But
look,
Switch is super.
Look, that's just
awful.
That's just 2K sucking at optimization.
Yeah. Well, the thing I'll say about the PS4 is, it's a good console, but God, there are times where it gets so fucking loud with the fans. You could probably kick the fucking thing over and it'd float. You really would.
Let me try. You know what? Honestly, I'm surprised that I could probably boot up that game right now, and you could probably hear the fan and how loud it's trying to load up everything.
COD World War II does the same thing. Also, it struggles. It's adorable sometimes how loud.
And every time I hear that thing, I'm just thinking, is that fan gonna freaking die at this point? Because I can just hear it struggling, and I'm just like, please don't die on me. I still got hard drive to transfer.
That's the one thing. God, when this gen started, the reason that the original Xbox One was like so fucking bulky, they put a whole bunch of fucking fans in that bitch. It just they did not want to deal with the same issue they had last gen with launch models. Yeah. So that thing's bulky as hell, but it's got enough fans, and they don't get loud.
I mean,
things are quiet.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to have, if only just because you don't want your freaking console, or you don't want anything overheating.
Yeah, which, I mean, I hope they keep the kind of design that they had with the One X and the One S. How it's slim, it's got the internal power supply. I hope next gen looks a lot better console-wise, if the start is what I'm saying too.
And then there's PS4, which the Pro looks like, literally, it looks like you just put another PS4 on top of another PS4.
No, it looks like you cut half a PS4 off and then glued it to the top.
I mean, again, if it's more powerful and it like helps things, then fine. I would love
Yeah.
that. But you freaking people make that $400 extra. That yes, while I can afford, I don't want to because I want to have fallback money. Damn it!
I was hoping with the PS4 Pro because that would have gotten me an upgrade if they had 3.5 millimeter drive slots instead of 2.5, like or the the like not the laptop one for the desktop hard drive slots. I wished for that, man. I'd give a lot for that.
See, I think the only thing that I care about with next generation consoles is what games are actually available for it. Because I think if we remember back to PS4 launch, it launched with
Knack
as its big. This is PlayStation exclusive. Buy our PlayStation. No.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know who decided to make Knack a launch title.
Wasn't Killzone a launch title? Awesome.
Oh god, I forgot about that game. Yes it was.
And everything else was like it was Killzone, Knack, and then a
It
bunch
was
of
like
ports.
Battlefront, not Battlefront, Battlefield 4. Yeah. I think
But
Xbox
realistically-
launched with like Rise and Dead Rising 4, or Dead Rising 3. Yeah.
But realistically, they put out this new generation of console, the new hardware, and nobody.
Oh, did we just cut out for a bit?
I think people have been cutting off here, even me.
Okay, yeah, you cut out for a little bit there.
All right, I said realistically, what happens is the new console comes out and no developer knows what to do with it.
Yeah,
And it's just a shambles on the first. Well, I mean, the first year is never really that good for a console launch. But like, they just need to really work on the games. That's why I was thinking, Halo Infinite. I think I had heard that it was planning to launch on the new generation of console.
it showed Xbox One logos on the thing. I think it's gonna be 2019 for that one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been roughly like 4 or 5 years since Halo 5, so that'd be around the time. I think this. What I'm hoping is these like mid-generation upgrades, like the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X, kind of help bridge that gap between the bad first year that most of these consoles have. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting them to kind of use those consoles to lead into the next gen.
Yeah, hopefully, but we'll see.
We need to jump to the next topic soon. I feel bad for Rings. This is taking forever now.
Sorry about that.
I'll say this. I hope that both like Microsoft and Sony lead into backwards compatibility. I hope, because I mean, this is the biggest gen for both. In a weird way, both the Xbox One and PS4 have been doing way better than the PS3 and the 360. At least in like time scale. Okay. I think they need to lead in with their strong suits. They need to lead in with like, hey, you don't have to worry about like, having to wait like 2 years for backwards compatibility with Xbox or, necessarily PS4, PSN now, I believe it is. Yeah. They need to lead in with that, I think, for just starting off strong. So if there is a bad first year of both of those, you won't have to worry too much. But we're going to jump to topic 2 because this has been going on for a while. Microsoft acquired a whole bunch of game studios. They announced 5 of them. There's Compulsion Games, the guys who did We Happy Few. Yeah. Ninja Theory, who have done Hellblade and DMC Devil May Cry.
He will not be named.
Yep. Undead Labs, who've done the Save Decay games, and The Initiative, which is a new kind of studio.
Was that for some reason I don't know why, but I thought that was Joseph Farah's studio, the guy who did A Way Out, but I'm probably thinking of a different studio.
I forgot the name of that one. Let me take a look here.
But
The Way
an
Out
EA
was
thing, so that's an EA thing, so I won't get too off topic,
Hazelight Studios is that one. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a smart move.
It's a good move because basically that means no more DMC2.
Yeah. But Hellblade, I actually just got that on the Steam still. I haven't played it. Cousin bought it for me. But Hellblade got really great reviews. It won a whole bunch of BAFTAs. Undead Labs, review scores aren't great for State of Decay 1 or 2, but they're relatively solid games. The initiative is ironically, their initiative to make a whole bunch of new IPs. From what I've heard from We Happy Few fans, because there have been people that have been I know a couple people that are really into it. Apparently, it's good. I have not played it.
I'm fine. I'm just fine with Compulsion Games getting owned by Microsoft, because that means they don't have to be under Gearbox's sweaty hands.
Yeah, God, if there's one company I want to go under so bad, it's fucking Gearbox.
They won't, because they have a really dedicated fan base.
I know, but God, I want the Duke Nukem rights going to somebody who's decent. And the Brothers in Arms series.
And the Borderlands series just to die. Just make the third game and die already.
I want whoever wrote the first 3 episodes of Tales from Borderlands to write Borderlands 3. And then never again. I think this is a smart, kind of thing for them to do. I mean, the biggest fault with Xbox this gen has been no real big exclusives. This is Sony's been really big for that recently.
Mostly
Microsoft,
they do own companies too, so yeah.
I mean, Ninja Theory, especially if the last year or so they've had with that game, Hellblade, that's probably a really good pick for them, because every other game of the DMC from them has been kind of decent, and then DMC was a fucking turd.
Yeah, basically.
So let's just hope that was Capcom's fuck up, mostly.
I want to say it's both, because Capcom was terrible PR wise. Ninja Theory was also terrible PR wise. It was just a PR disaster for them, and the actual people who worked on the game were all right, but to me, terrible at PR.
I mean, it's smart for them to get a company that's netted a lot of awards recently.
Yeah.
I hope they do well with whatever they're making. It's more companies. Undead Labs, a lot of people shit on State of Decay, but I fucking love it, because pretty much first game, just more content. And then the initiative, nobody really knows what they're working on. There was a rumor a while ago they're working on I think it was a remake of Perfect Dark.
Huh.
Which that could be interesting.
That would be, yeah.
Can't be worse than Perfect Dark Zero.
I mean, wasn't that going? That series was going to continue, but it got canceled due to poor sales or whatever.
And sort of. Perfect Dark Zero wasn't really well received. It was I think it was a launch title for the 360. It got well reviews, but just the game kind of fell flat with everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You guys want to jump to? I'll jump to the next topic.
Sure.
All right. So Microsoft confirmed the company was working on a game streaming service to bring console-quality visuals and games to all devices like mobile phones. What do you guys think of that one?
Good luck.
Sounds good to me. I don't know. I always think it's always a good thing for players if they can experience content in other ways. If it's, I don't really care about mobile. I like to play when I'm at home. But hey, if there's people who like to do that sort of stuff, then it's good to have that.
All right. I think, it's an ambitious concept, and there's been a lot of attempts at getting streaming games working well. And the thing is, all of them kind of get they get to the middle ground, and then it's just kind of never really improved upon. I think if given, a shot, I think it might be, it might be a good concept. I hope it works well, but you got to really wait until we get physical kind of hands on it to see if it actually works.
Yeah, from my experience, it's just mobile gaming it sucks.
I mean, now they have some of the newer Xbox One controllers also have like Bluetooth support. So I think what they're wanting you to do is like connect it to your phone and then play that pretty much, which could work. All right, so what do you guys think of Dying Light 2?
It looks interesting. I actually just got Dying Light 1 for the PC on Steam summer sale, so I'm gonna play that again.
The first game's a lot of fun, but I was not expecting to see like Chris Avallone just coming on stage. I was like, wait, what?
It was weird.
What happened here? I wasn't complaining, but I was like, huh, all right, that's strange. I'm interested. The first game's a lot of fun. The second game looks kind of totally different, but I'm fucking hyped for it. Anybody else? All right. We're gonna jump to Cuphead now. More Cuphead is never a bad thing, and the Delicious Last Course is the name of the new DLC.
So that means more souls will be flowing ever so.
I'm gonna be pissed the entire time, but I'm gonna love it.
Oh, game journalists, it's your call to once again call it Dark Souls.
Yes.
The Dark Souls of female characters too.
Cup Souls, Cup Souls, Cup Souls, Cup Souls.
But yeah, no, it looks pretty good. Having new content for a game that I love is never a bad thing. A female character also, which hey, hopefully the journalists won't bitch of that too much.
Yeah,
You know they will.
Yeah,
It's Cuphead.
You're right.
Oh, how about another simple jump for them to fail at ever so clearly?
Have you all seen? Oh,
Go on.
I was gonna say y'all seen the porn, right?
Oh yeah, somebody
Rule
made
34 immediately.
Yeah, it got Rule 34 so fast it wasn't even funny.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even surprised knowing the internet being the internet.
That's normal. Yeah.
But at the same time, I just give them a stern look and I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
All right, so how would you guys rate Microsoft's conference?
Was there not also
It was good.
the skating game?
Oh yeah, there
Session.
was Session,
Oh, yeah,
which looked like
Session.
Skate 4.
It was apparently it was Kickstarted like a few years ago.
I never
And-
heard of it, and then
Yeah. It just disappeared today, like that day, I guess. Apparently there won't be too many. Not sure what I was saying, but apparently there was going to be like license track, but there won't be too many right now. But
I was
there-
like, oh fuck, why did they save Skate 4 for the Xbox conference? Because EA's was before that, and I was like, oh, looked good, but I was expecting Skate 4.
Well, apparently it has the skate controls,
yeah,
which everyone wanted. So I think maybe this is probably what we're, the best you're gonna get.
Well, because they also they had turned on the Skate 2 and 3 servers, so that's why everyone was expecting Skate 4. Because those were gone and they came back. But yeah, I would rate the conference. I'd say out of all of them, it might be the best one. Mostly because there's a couple of fucking stinkers coming up soon. But it had the most games. It had the most entertaining shit, I think.
For me, it was the one I paid, I think, least attention to because I don't really like. I don't have an Xbox, and there was a lot of stuff that I don't really cared about. But it surely wasn't a bad conference.
I get that.
It
Yeah, I don't
definitely,
think-
it definitely wasn't no 2013 one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think having the most games and the most to say is necessarily the best or what makes it the best. So, yeah, that's my opinion.
All right. So we're gonna lead into the Sony conference now with The Last of Us Part 2.
Gameplay!
The most controversial lesbian kiss being omitted from videos.
The weirdest thing about that
Disney.
one was the 20-minute banjo solo beforehand. That was a little awkward there, but the trailer looks pretty good, I think.
I mean, actually, yeah, like, what the heck was up with the banjo? It's just like...
I don't know. It was kind of awkward.
And look, I don't really care about the
hey,
whole
they-
Ellie being a lesbian thing. Just give us a good story. That's all I really give a shit about. Oh, and
No,
good gameplay.
Yeah.
Yo, is what they're doing, what Sony was doing with the banjo. They were actually gonna make a sequel to the SNES game, Phalanx. They're gonna announce Phalanx 2 next year.
I was expecting Deliverance 2 of a video game. I was expecting Dueling Banjos to start playing, and I'm like, oh. I guess we're gonna watch a 4K version of Ned Beatty getting fucked in the ass. But no, I was, yeah.
Yeah, I was just personally annoyed that things in the trailer got politicized, and I just don't like that at all.
Yeah, it got a little cringy on that one.
I just don't like that stuff.
I do think, it looks like Last of Us. It looks like what I'd expect from Last of Us 2, It looks pretty good all in all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, can't wait for more. That's all I can say. It's just like, can't wait for release day. Can't wait for more. Just if it's not broke, don't fix it, because it pretty much looked the same as the last game. Just I'm pretty sure there's going to be a bit more refinement in some places.
I'd assume so.
But yeah, that's just keep the game playing well, and please don't make the story a blubbering mess. That's all I really ask for.
And not too preachy. Especially on the political bits.
I'd agree with that one. All right, so we're gonna jump to the next one here. Ghost of Tsushima, which also started with like a 20-minute flute solo.
Which also was received controversially by some people for some reason.
It was awkward. It was awkward.
Why? I don't understand that. Why did people get outraged at that?
I didn't get outraged. I was like,
because they thought the guy wasn't actually Asian.
Oh,
but it
yeah.
turns out that,
That's the thing. I mean,
it turns out that the guy was actually like some sort of, he was like the master of that instrument or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of, I guess we can say, constantly upset people.
Looking for something to be upset about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was really fucking dumb.
But if I could, at least talk about Ghost of Tsushima for like a quick second. I was genuinely surprised.
Hey, the gameplay looks pretty good all in all. I was expecting sort of, when the first trailer came out for it, I was expecting like, oh, this is gonna be like kind of Souls-like. I don't know why. Every time I saw that trailer, I was like, oh, this is gonna be like Dark Souls, isn't it?
Yeah, because you're wandering around with it reminded me of Nioh as well, and I don't know. But it looks very, very cool visually.
Visuals are the best part about it, I think. It kind of makes me want to get a Pro just for that, like how smooth the grass looked and all that kind of shit.
Yes.
That seemed like that'd be worth it. Made by the same guys who made the Infamous games and Sly Cooper. It looks really great.
Yeah, I just, in general, I dig all the samurai, Eastern mythology kind of things. I just dig that stuff, so that's definitely a game I'm gonna take a look at.
I just can't believe that's what Sucker Punch has been doing this whole time.
Yeah,
like they really went under the radar after Infamous Second Son.
This looks way better than Second Son in my eyes.
Well, that's them knowing the PS4 tech much better, because Second Son was like close to launch window.
It was, I think, launch month. I've got a whole bunch of problems with Second Son, mostly because the ending of 2, and I mean the actual ending of 2, is so good that I didn't think we needed a sequel. Kind of tied everything up well.
I'm fine with Second Son. It's just that I feel like they didn't integrate the whole thing that Infamous is known for as well as the other 2 entries, which was, I don't know, the karma mechanic.
Yeah, and the actor, whenever you go evil, he sounds like a child pretty much trying to be evil, I don't think he was very convincing on being evil. That's a petty gripe on my end.
So yeah, just thank God they appeared back up, and it's looking pretty good.
I'm interested in it. I hope, the gameplay footage looked good. I'm gonna hopefully see more of the... Are we doing PlayStation Experience this year? So I feel like that's where we probably see more of it next time, you know?
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
I'm interested. All right, so then we have a new multi-platform game from Remedy called Control, which I don't know if any of you guys have played Quantum Break, but it looked like Quantum Break.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, I was like, is this a Quantum Break sequel? What's going on here?
I was a bit confused, yeah.
The game looks great. Very, visually, like when you saw them kind of, I think it was like floating down. Just, I like weird imagery like that. The game looks fucking weird.
Yeah, it had a very spooky kind of what the fuck is going on vibe going, and I like that as well.
The thing I liked with because Quantum Break, they did this sort of like, time would freeze and you'd see people doing like kind of like glitching out a little bit, trying to like kind of break through time. Shit like that always creeps me out in a weird way. That got me in a couple scenes where I'm like, oh fuck, okay. It looks good. Remedy making more games, I don't think anybody's going to bitch about because they do well. Anybody else got any thoughts on Control? Nope. Okay. Then we're going to go to Resident Evil 2 Remake, which I did not expect this year at all.
It looks so pretty.
It looks fucking great.
Yes, looks very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So, some of the footage I've seen has actually impressed me because I was like, okay, didn't know you could do that with the RE engine, first off, and didn't expect them to do that with Resident Evil 2 Remake. Rin can testify. Some people have been bitching about it, though, expecting it to be like old school.
Of course they've been bitching about it.
I think it looks great. I wouldn't mind the old school remake either, but when you look at the footage of it, it's just fucking great. I don't know how people are bitching about it.
Yeah, because sometimes, I get the urge to play old games again, and then I'm like, yeah, but the graphics are so bad. I get eye cancer from that, and this basically solves that, which is nice.
I mean, like, I'm fine with the old school look. Like, I still play Silent Hill 1 every once in a while. That game looks like it's hot mush on a screen.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the combat, the gun, like, just the guns alone, the damage they do to fucking zombies, it looks great.
Yes.
I've seen once, I had a webm of it earlier, but I don't know where it's at now. Shot a zombie in the arm, and the zombie kept swinging the arm so much that eventually the arm, like the part of the arm that was shot, just rips off. And I'm like, oh fuck, that's cool. It's impressive, and I don't get why people are bitching, but yeah. You guys have any more thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's just great to see something like that. I was really happy.
Yeah,
as I said, I didn't expect it, but yeah.
It came out of nowhere and has a date that's like 2 days either before or after Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, God damn it. This coming year and just like the fall in general is just going to be stacked.
Blame Red Dead. Everybody's kind of like shifting around because Rockstar's like, yep, we got space on the seat here and stretching my legs out fucking wide. It's not a good. This is not a good area for like wallet preservation.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a wallet joke, but at this point, I'm just gonna say rip wallet.
Yeah.
Yes.
I getting to reinforce that son bitch. That's all I'm saying.
Like the wallet is the wallet is the prod, and the game companies are just spreading the legs for the money.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a fucking nightmare for anybody, pretty much. Well, let's talk about a game now we don't have a release date for, if you'd like. Death Stranding.
I still don't understand that game.
I'm like, Kojima, please, just can we get a straight answer for once?
I don't know. This game looks like if you would have the ability to look inside of the mind of a psychopath or something. I don't know. This is so weird.
The gameplay looks like Breath of the Wild meets futuristic.
Actually,
yeah,
I'd kind of agree with that. It looked like you were kind of just walking around delivering a box. It was walking behind you.
So we're a space UPS man?
You know, I prefer being a space Domino's man, but I'll go with that.
Also, one time, didn't he had instead of the box, he had like a human body on his back?
I think so.
I think it was super
It's
fucking
like something.
weird.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, and
I'm still confused about
interested.
that whole baby thing.
The
Yeah.
answer is yes. The answer to that whole plot point is going to be yes.
The thing is, I would love for them to just never explain anything and just release the game for you to find out. I don't know. I would find that so funny.
That sounds like something Kojima would do, actually.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I'm interested though. And every time I see anything about the game, I'm just like, yep, this game can't come out soon enough, can it? Every fucking time.
I still think I'm probably gonna play it, yeah. Even though I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, if only just to try and piece together what the hell kind of story they're even remotely trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand that one. It's all over the place in the best possible way. But I'm interested.
Yeah.
Anybody else for Death Stranding or?
Nah.
All right, so Neo 2. I actively did not expect this to be announced. I was like, okay, we might get it in a couple of years, but I didn't expect it to just be announced this year. Kind of out of
I thought that was a very soon. Very, very soon.
It kind of only feels like just yesterday when those freaking the Neo Alpha was out and it had problems, and then the Neo Beta came out and that had some things that people talked about. Then the final demo came out, and then the game, and I still actually haven't played the actual Neo, and I'm just like, now you guys are already making the sequel. Stop doing this, damn it.
The thing is, like, Neo has been, like, Neo 1 was in development for, like, I don't know how many fucking years, like, since 2004, apparently, according to Wikipedia.
Jesus Christ!
And they jumped, like, we jumped so many different fucking, like, kinds of genres. It didn't get the kind of attention, like, Last Guardian did, but it was at that kind of level of just, like, so much fucking work. I'm impressed that it ever fucking released.
Wow.
And then suddenly,
wow. That's some development hell right there. It's no Duke Nukem Forever, but still.
And then suddenly, like, a year after it comes out, hey, we're just gonna announce the sequel. Fuck you. Like, okay.
I mean, I'd imagine they actually now have a better idea of what they want, but they couldn't wait a little while longer?
I was expecting another 14 years for a sequel. I was like, okay.
I was expecting to have time to play the actual first game, but now it looks like I'm not going to be able to have that kind of time.
I mean, I'm interested, though. Alright, so let's get to the real meat of the Sony conference here, though. Spider-Man. Fuck. It looks good.
I haven't seen
this one.
Honestly, haven't seen one of this scope since the Spider-Man 2 movie game.
The only thing I had a kind of problem with was the writing was kind of
But the gameplay, I mean, from the trailer, it looks spectacular.
Oh yeah.
It looks almost like for a superhero kind of game. It looks almost. I'm almost excited as I was for Batman: Arkham Asylum when it came out. Like the way it looks, the mechanics and things. It does look pretty. Something to get really excited about.
By the way, I think I do know why the writing was kind of one of the writers is Dan Slott, so that explains a good bit. If you know the comics, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a writer of a comics who's not very great, but the game looks fun as hell.
Oh yeah.
And just swinging alone, like that's gonna hook me in.
I mean, well, yeah, because at the end of the day, if the story is but the gameplay is fantastic, then the latter is gonna kind of matter more.
Oh yeah, and that's also way better than the last like few Spider-Man games we've gotten.
That's for sure.
I mean, as long as
the Amazing Spider-Man. No.
Like, again, so long as it plays well, which it at this point looks very well like it's going to, then awesome.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it plays well, sure, but as long as it's not repetitive as well, because like the Shadow of Mordor, that was an amazing gameplay, but it was the same gameplay the entire way through the freaking game. And by the end, it was just boring as hell.
Wasn't that also loot boxes, or was that the other one?
No,
That
that's
was
the
the
other
Shadow
one.
of War, and then they got rid of those later. It's weird.
But as long as the gameplay is not repetitive and it actually does change things up the more you progress through the game, then sure. But yeah, I think it really, from what it looks like, it looks brilliant. But as long as it's constantly changing it up and not just doing the same mashing over and over again.
Well, I'd imagine you'd have to also get some new web abilities to factor into that. You know, I'd imagine anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Kill trees.
All right. So, yeah, how would you guys rate the Sony conference as a whole?
It was a thing.
Not bad. Yeah.
I'd say
Not the worst.
pretty solid. We're getting closer towards the worst, I think.
It was, yeah, it's definitely not that one.
Yeah, we got about one more after this to get to that one. All right, so we're gonna jump into the Bethesda E3 conference now with Rage 2.
I'm
Rage
excited.
It didn't look bad. The first one was kind of.
It fell short, sadly. Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't aged well either. I recently started to replay it, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
But this
It's
one,
a good concept.
oh yeah, this one looks a lot more active though. This one looks kind of really fun. So I'm interested to see what the hell they're gonna do with it. Obviously, need to see a little bit more footage before I kind of put money down on it. But I mean, shit. I was impressed with Rage 2, which I never thought I'd say.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I wished so much from the first one, and it never really delivered. So I really hope they get it right the second time around now.
All right. I mean, I'm intrigued to see where it's going to go. But hey, this is impressive for him. Anyone else?
No.
All right, we're gonna jump to Doom Eternal, which, fuck, they missed an opportunity of this one. It should have been Eternal Doom.
Yes, that's a failure.
Yeah.
I don't get why they didn't shift that around. It's like you have brutal Doom, right? But fuck. It's still any more Doom, man. Doom 2016 was fucking great, and just more of it. Yes, please, more.
Yeah, pretty much. Just more of this. Just more of it.
Oh yeah. I don't think there's really much needs to be said on that one.
Nah.
Fallout 76.
Yes.
Oh god.
Oh yes.
Todd suckered me into a pre-order for that game. That cheeky bastard.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, come on.
hang on, the Helmet Edition, man. I'm sorry.
Well, okay, the helmet I understand. The game I
Yeah.
don't.
The helmet alone, man. I've been a big fan of the Power Armor series since the first game, and they put out an official helmet. I'm like, okay, all right, you sucker me into $200, Todd.
I sleep.
Yeah,
the game
I don't
sounds
know.
fun.
No, I think it looks fun.
It could be, but it could also very well die so quickly.
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm interested to see what it's going to be like, though. I'm still going to give it a run through.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
they're doing multiplayer, aren't they?
Yeah, it's
kinda
multiplayer.
It's always
it's-
online. It's on servers.
Yeah, it's technically a persistent world, kind of like Ark Survival Evolved. There's not really any human NPCs, they say.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're gonna end up seeing like ghouls and shit. And,
yeah, enemies for sure. But it wouldn't make any sense to have NPCs since it plays before all other Fallouts and it plays basically at the day the vaults open the first time, so nobody else is there outside. So yeah, it makes sense. But still, it's I don't know. There's so many questions,
shit, like friendly ghouls and all that.
Maybe, yeah. Ghouls would make sense. Raiders, on the other hand, I don't think raiders would make a lot of sense unless somehow they got out before you.
Well, I mean, there might be some raiders, yeah.
I mean, super mutants, they'll surely be around because why not?
Technically not, because canon-wise, they're on the other side being created, like on the other side.
In theory, but I think in the trailer you saw some of them, if I'm not mistaken.
I need to rewatch.
I was pretty sure I saw some super mutants, but maybe I mistook them for something else.
By the way, that giant fucking sloth.
Yeah,
that freaked me the fuck out. Like that
looked so cool.
That's creepy.
That's the kind of weird thing. Everything looks so good in that game. On the other hand, then I think, what is the gameplay actually gonna be? Aside from just fucking with other people and dropping nukes on their heads. I mean, that sounds fun for some time, but I don't know. I just don't see the big appeal right now.
I think this is going to be one of those games, in a weird way, I'll kind of compare it to The Division, where there's a map, there's shit you need to get done, shit you need to clear out, and as you sort of work your way up the levels and all that, and as you work your way through those things to do, you'll start to get more like, hey, this shit's having issues over here, go knock this out with your friends, stuff like that.
Yeah, but obviously you can work against each other as well.
Well,
which
I mean,
I'm wondering if that could actually be the downfall somehow. That if the community is going to be, if there's going to be so toxic players in a community that people just don't want to play anymore. I don't know. For example, like Conan Exiles, if you play on a server with some very, very, PvP hardcore players, it's just not fun. Because you cannot ever establish yourself on that server because you get raided all the time. And I wonder if they have either some mechanic to make it easier for new players, or if you just got to get dropped into cold water and good luck surviving against these guys. I wonder how this is going to work out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still the solo variant. You can apparently play it solo, but from what I heard, it's probably harder than if you would play with others because it's designed to be played in multiplayer and not alone.
See, from what I know, apparently, like with shit like the nukes and all that, they try to keep people from like spamming them and shit. So what they've been saying is you'll get an alert saying like, hey, there's a nuke that's going to be dropping in your area soon. So you'll have enough time to kind of get out of there.
Well, you would need to get your stuff out of there. I mean, if you die, apparently that is irrelevant. Death is becoming irrelevant in that game, which is kind of weird, but yeah.
From what I've seen, you can apparently like pack up your little thing and take it with you.
Which is weird because I was looking forward to building grand settlements, but that would make no freaking sense if they can just get nuked away every time.
I get that. I think it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, there's so many questions for me, the things that are a bit like contradictory to each other, Also, the fact that he said it's kind of a softcore survival, I don't know. It sounds kind of boring right now. But maybe we'll need to see how it actually is going to be, right?
I get that. All right. Anybody else want to go on this, or do we want to jump to the next one?
I think it's all been said.
All right. So, Prey is getting a new weird kind of multiplayer-ish DLC called Moon Crash, I believe it is. Or there's a multiplayer aspect to it. I know that. I'm surprised. Prey's like, I didn't really like the new Prey. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I was kind of surprised it's getting DLC.
Yeah, that was.
I didn't even know it was.
I still prefer the original Prey game to this new remake with the title. It's weird. I mean, it's good for the fans of it, but I don't really care personally.
Yeah, same.
Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh, never I have seen so much hype from such a short trailer. That's unbelievable.
After like the millionth version of Skyrim, like look. I love Skyrim. To me, it's pretty fun, especially the PC version with all them mods. But
yes,
it was about time to just move the fuck on.
I can't wait to see how this one's going to get milked. I can't wait for the ocular implants of Elder Scrolls 6.
One thing I'm honestly wondering is just where it takes place in the timeline. Are they still going to try and cop out and say it's before the event of Skyrim, or are they actually going to move on after Skyrim in the timeline?
Yeah, that's what I wonder the most, actually. If the Dragonborn is going to be, your actions from Skyrim are going to be in that game, or if they're just going to be lazy and say, yeah, it's somewhere before, whatever.
Well, because it's just like, oh, we released an MMO. When's it take place? Before Oblivion? Oh, yuck.
Yeah, that was a weird fucking mess.
I mean, at least the villain was Molag Bal, so you got to at least, take him down a peg. Because I think after the Dawnguard DLC, everyone freaking hated Molag Bal.
Yeah.
And trust me, I completely understand why.
But it is going to be a long time until we actually get.
Oh, yeah.
Skyrim.
Yeah, that's after Starfield, apparently.
That is probably going to be next generation.
Yeah,
I think it'll be multi-generation. I think it'll be like last gen, current gen.
You think it'll be a new engine this time?
Oh, definitely.
I hope.
It should be.
Oh, I don't think so.
Really?
What I really hope is that they don't streamline it even more than they did Skyrim. Because I love the Morrowind kind of classification of weapons. There was 7 or 8 different classes of weapons, and they dumbed it down from game to game. I really hope they will go back.
I mean, the future games also
slightly.
I mean, the later games also did fix certain issues. The whole
absolutely.
I mean, Skyrim, did introduce that essential NPC system, which did prevent certain quests from being locked out permanently. So definitely keep that at least.
Well, to be fair, I actually liked Morrowind's way of doing stuff. You'd kill a certain NPC and the sky turns red, and there's a little text that says, "You doomed the world, good job," or something like that. It was super. The first time you see that, that's hilarious.
I know, just don't lock out progression. That's all I really just don't do that.
It is a good idea, even though it was fun to screw around with it in the old days.
Yeah, very true. And also, don't be like Elder Scrolls 2, where it was literally a mess of code.
True, yeah.
Oh yeah, you know that one of the quest lines in that game doesn't activate because they actually misspelled something?
Yeah.
So you actually, if you go and fix it, the game just works as normal. It's just like, hey, look at that. Your fans did your work for you as early as DOS.
I love that, by the way, that he announced that on stage, the thingy with, apparently the internet says our games are very buggy. I love that part of the conference.
We do their testing for them, essentially.
Well, yeah, the beta, when you pre-order, is basically an early access, what they're doing right now. They're just disguising it very well.
Oh, God. Sad part is you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beta's acronym is Break It Early Access, I believe it is.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, it's just basically early access, but a bit well disguised.
Hey, guys, you remember on PS3 Skyrim that launched dragons flying backwards?
Oh, and the save file, but if you saved too much, the game would eventually fucking crash.
Yeah, I'm still in shock that I actually managed to play through Fallout and Skyrim without ever encountering one of these bugs. I don't know how I did it.
Or how on the PS3, the more you play, the slower the game loads because they didn't optimize it very well.
That was atrocious.
You know, to be fair, the PS3 also had its whole mess of issues, too.
I know, but there's still a thing called effort.
Yeah, but you're expecting a lot from early Bethesda too.
I just said the E word.
Yeah, effort and publishers don't go along together. Speaking of weird effort kind of things, Elder Scrolls Blades. It looks good for a mobile game.
Sure.
But to be fair, though, that almost sounds like this is really good for, a pile of shit.
I don't know. It's not the kind of game that I want to play on a mobile. For me, that's a weird kind of move. But
yeah, again,
I will say this.
Personally, I sleep.
I like the one-handed gameplay. I like that concept. There are a lot of mobile games where I'm just like, I don't want to play this horizontally. I want to play it vertically. I want to play it my way. I like that concept. I just don't know if playing a mobile Elder Scrolls game sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Better than Alexa?
I wouldn't have the Alexa one all the time. Just, hey Alexa, go shoot this guy over here in Fallout. Just boom. Tell you what, if Fallout 76 has Alexa integration, I'll come in my pants.
Alexa, please nuke that guy. Okay.
Alexa, give me the launch codes. No, you're drunk, you're crazy. Give me the launch codes. I want to nuke him.
Yeah, I think it's that's almost like taking games from the 80s, you know, those text games.
Yeah, like Zork and shit.
Really changing them up for the future. I'd be all up for more.
That's actually hype.
Yeah, that's actually a good concept, taking all of these old text adventures and releasing them in this kind of way. That would be super fucking cool.
That would be amazing.
That's actually really fucking neat now when I think about it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna jump to the next one here. Wolfenstein Young Blood. You know, I don't know how I feel about this one.
Yeah, it's.
Can it be worse for the new Colossus, or can it be good like the New Order? Fuck, I had to burp there. I don't know how I feel about this yet. This is one. I don't know. New Colossus left a bad taste in my mouth. It felt really dumb. Not in a good way.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just basically what you said. It could be very good or it could be terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I'll keep a lookout for it. I don't really have a strong opinion on it yet until it comes out. And then the big cock tease we've been teased for like 4 years with Starfield finally got a trailer. I'm interested to see how the bugs will be in space. What do you guys think?
I mean, it's could be interesting, but it's not really my thing, you know?
I get that. Shadow, were you about to say something?
No, I don't know how I feel about this one, really.
I mean, I'm glad they're wanting to take on a new IP. Because most of them have been IPs taken from other companies and IPs they started like 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I guess that's true, yeah.
It's so fucking weird to think about that. Like, The Evil Within is their only other one that's really kind of a new IP, and it's not technically theirs.
Yeah, there's a lot of things they tried and they really went nowhere. I mean, maybe Rage is gonna be nice for them, but I don't know.
Yeah, you have to hope, right?
I just was thinking, what other Bethesda games in the past were there? But there was this weird shooter kind of thing, platforming thing that went nowhere. Was that from Bethesda? I don't know.
What was the name of it?
I cannot remember. That's a problem.
It sounds like you're thinking of Shadow Complex.
No, it was like one side is like the cops and the other side is just like rioters, prisoners, or whatever.
Brink? Brink, yes.
Was it? Yeah.
Brink was a fucking turd. Yeah. Ooh. All the hype the game had was lost the moment it launched.
Yeah.
I fucking bought that game day one, and let me tell you, I have never been more disappointed in my fucking life. I could have opened up the case and somebody had just fucking, like, you know, shot. I would have been shot by somebody afterwards, and I would have had more excitement than playing the game.
Yeah. It's... Yeah.
Yeah, let's get off that topic because I need to wash my mouth out with soap after talking about Brink. How would you guys rate Bethesda's conference?
It was good, but it wasn't like that good. But it was good. Like it would be.
It was middle ground.
The thing that people gave the most shit about, they only showed like 30 seconds of it.
Yeah, that's the greatest thing. The best thing about this conference was probably the shortest one.
Yeah, but that's playing on nostalgia. They don't really need much for that.
Like, that's pretty much all I can take from all this is the fact that Elder Scrolls 6 is actually going to be a thing, thank God. And I just want more info now since I'm actually an Elder Scrolls player.
Yeah. So I'm also looking forward to that. And, I want to see where Fallout 76 is going, but I don't know.
I'm just waiting to see how all the speedrunners break every single one of Bethesda's games just to do it. It's always hilarious to see how broken the games can get.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the most terrifying thing about Fallout 76. They say the map is 4 times as big. Yeah, 4 times as much places to fuck up.
To add on to the whole speedrunner breaking a game thing, I mean, we're also talking about the same community that made the freaking marriage % category for Skyrim, which is the weirdest thing I've ever freaking seen. Like, seriously?
Oh, that is great.
Oh my God.
Who knows? GDQ is coming up soon, isn't it? So we might see marriage %
right
soon.
now,
Actually, SGDQ is going on as we speak.
Yeah.
So
That's this week, isn't it? Yeah.
yep.
I have a real life friend there who apparently is speedrunning. So yeah.
All right, then. So yeah, Todd. No more milking Skyrim. Now gonna milk Elder Scrolls 6. Gonna milk.
He's gonna milk the entirety of space.
You know what? Just watch Elder Scrolls 6 take place in Skyrim again.
I'll shoot you if that's real. I will shoot you.
Yeah, somebody said something like, "Yeah, Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be like you at the some guys is telling you a story. A story. Let me tell you a tale, and then it starts you off in Skyrim again.
Let me tell you how I got this arrow to the knee.
Something like that.
No, I got it. Much like freaking Solstein from Morrowind was in one of the DLCs. Watch one of 6's DLCs take place in a specific part of Skyrim.
Kill me.
Oh yeah.
Just watch. Just freaking watch.
That would be possible, I guess.
It could happen, especially with bigger power of these consoles. Admittedly.
Okay, we're gonna jump into EA's now really fast.
I sleep.
Okay, we're gonna jump around this one to the shorter topics first. How about that?
Sure.
So what do you guys think of Sea of Solitude? I thought that game looked really kind of interesting, actually. It was the sort of indie game with the chick on stage desperately trying not to have a panic attack.
Is that the one that looks a bit like? It's the cartoony style one that's a bit like Rhyme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that one certainly looks good. Is it by the same developers that did Rhyme?
I do not know.
It is the same art style.
I'll take a look here. I thought it looked very pretty.
Yeah, I mean that kind of art style is quite good. I mean, I really enjoyed Rhyme, and I'm wondering. I'm going to have to look up if this is the same.
No, it's a new company named Jomai Games. I've never heard of it before, but
okay. But the art style is it can generate some really beautiful imagery, that style. So I'm quite excited to see how it plays out.
I think
especially the story as well. The story is something along the lines of everyone's a demon or something. You have to try and break free of that curse.
Yeah. I think it looked really good. I was impressed. I was surprised they didn't have... EA is always nerve-wracking because it's you never know if there's going to be something good showing up, which we'll get into that in a little bit. But those little the small reveals A Way Out last year and this year, I was impressed. Okay, that's pretty good. And then you guys want talk anything about that one, or are we gonna jump to the next one here?
Oh yeah, it looks aesthetically pleasing, so yeah, interesting enough.
All right. Now, Unravel 2 was both announced and then released at the same time as the conference. I was surprised about that. But I was kind of impressed they just had the balls to just release it immediately after. And from what I've heard, it's about as good as the first one, and the first one was good, so
Yeah, the first one was a good self-contained story, but I don't really see what they need to do with a second.
money.
Well, other than money, but like story-wise, where they could go with it.
That's a fair point. I haven't really looked too much into the story because I'm kind of waiting to like get into it later. But I mean, I'm not going to complain about a sequel to Unravel because I was not expecting a sequel at all. So it was kind of nice to see it there, you know?
Yeah, I think I might give it a go, but I thought the first one was quite nicely self-contained.
I get that. Anybody else for Unravel, or? All right. So, Battlefield 4, we're getting a Battle Royale mode. Battlefield 5, yeah, God.
What's
Technically,
not
it's
getting a
Battlefield
Battle
6.
Royale now?
I think there actually we haven't talked about too many Battle Royales today. Battlefield, I would say earlier Battlefield games, I wouldn't mind like one in Bad Company series or something like that. But World War II, that seems like it seems a little iffy setting a battle royale in World War II.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really fit in that era for me, at least.
Vietnam would work fine because that seems like the kind of concept you probably have for a fucking Vietnam film. But
I could see that. Yeah.
I don't know. Battlefield 5's got a lot of other issues because the game, I don't know. Battlefield 1, I didn't like. I thought it was not good. But
yeah,
I thought it was good fun.
I mean, it had its moments, but I just think as like as a whole game, it was kind of the weakest Battlefield in my eyes. Well, that and Hardline, but that's just kind of here or there.
No, I think I'm looking forward more to Blackout than Battlefield 5's VR mode.
Yeah. I'm interested what Treyarch can do with Battle Royale. Yeah, I don't know. Battlefield 5 just doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth mentally.
Yeah, and there was this whole controversy again with that stupid robot arm, but I don't think we need to go into that, do we?
Not really.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Do you want to talk about all the sports games that showed up?
No.
Madden, FIFA, Madden. Isn't like FIFA the like best-selling game in Europe every year?
I don't know why.
I just know whenever I go to a second-hand store, the shelves are full with FIFA and Madden titles. That's all I know.
Yeah,
is it this year's Madden or is it last year's Madden?
That's both. All of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I like soccer. I like football. But I don't want to play it in a game. I want to play it in real life.
Yeah, or if I want to play football, then I want to play football with orcs and elves, and I want to kill people. That's okay.
Blood Bowl.
Yes.
Hey,
that's the only kind of sports I play. That's okay.
Yeah. Let's jump away from sports entirely. Fuck sports right now. All right. So Anthem got a release date. Confirmed it's always online experience, which I kind of expected. What do you guys think of Anthem?
It looks interesting, but I don't know. The always online, it was kind of expected, I guess, but I just dig single player, like offline kind of stuff.
I get that. I mean, I'm used to because stuff like it's gonna be competing with Division 2, and the Division 1 was kind of similar to Destiny and be always online. all that. I ended up playing through that game solo because it was a lot of fun towards the mid game. The late game was a little iffy solo, but
that's always the thing, right? Because if you want to play solo, you're just making it harder for yourself, and that can be fun at times. But there will be a point where you just don't get further anymore, and that's kind of meh.
Well, at least with a Division, you have stuff like the Dark Zone where you can earn like the high quality shit without having to go into like the raids or the excursions or whatever they call it. I forgot the most. But Anthem, there's a lot more that I need to see before I'm like, yep, I want to put money down on.
Yeah, same. I'm not really convinced yet.
Especially because if I'm playing it on PC, I have to use Origin. So, yeah. If I'm gonna get dicked down by a PC service, I'm at least making sure the one that's doing it is kind of decent of a game that I'm doing it for. Titanfall 2 is the only other game that kind of like, yep, all right, I'm down for it. I don't know. Anthem looks okay. Got to see more though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anybody else? All right, now we're getting into a more kind of low quality shit here. Battlefront 2 confirms they're going to be adding in a whole bunch of Clone Wars stuff and a whole bunch of prequel characters, including young Anakin, even though technically they already have Anakin in the game. And
which is
Obi-Wan.
weird.
Well, Anakin in the game is just, Darth Vader.
Do you think they're just playing all their cards now?
I wouldn't blame them.
I mean, after last year's fiasco.
I mean, if Battlefront 2, if they add a lot more content and it's good, it might bring me in, it might bring more people in. But
I think it would have to be super cheap before I'd consider.
Well, you can buy it at GameStop now for like $10. I would assume, check your local listings, but I'd assume it's pretty much the same everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just such another backlog of games that I may have considered it. I played the beta. It was good. It was a definite improvement over 1. But I think it lost me with the whole microtransactions thing. I think I just went to other games, and I don't think I'd go back really, especially with what we'll get on to the next Star Wars game. So
yeah. I think if I was EA, I would focus on making this. I wouldn't make a Battlefront 3 right now, but I'd focus on adding a lot more content into Battlefront 2 to make it. I mean, Battlefront 2's core game is fun. It's way better than the first game. Combat's a lot more fun. It has this fucking story mode, and the story mode's actually not bad, considering, current Star Wars storytelling is kind of all over the fucking place. That game did leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, and if they rework things and they focus more on making it a good game all around, like add a lot more content, make it so where when you pay you pay like $10, $15, $20, whatever you're gonna pay for it to get it, you're getting a really full game, I think Battlefront 2 could have been great. It's just execution was worse than Old Yeller,
Yeah, they fucked up pretty well.
Oh yeah. And speaking of Star Wars, Respawn Entertainment, which gotta love my transition there, fuck. They decided, hey, they're going to, in a very awkward, I don't know if you guys got that, like you guys felt the same way I did about it. That was the most awkward way to reveal a game's name ever. Just chick sitting beside a guy saying, hey, what's the name of the game? Oh, and it's Star Wars Jedi The Fallen Order. Which, I don't know, I like Respawn, but I'm kind of nervous because this is their first time doing something that's not an FPS, probably. I don't know what the game's going to be.
No, I think this is following. I think there's confirmed lightsaber combat in it.
Fuck.
Because I think it follows. What is it? I think it's following a Padawan survivor after Order 66.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept.
And so I think it'll be mostly. Well, there'll be lightsaber combat, potentially gun combat. But I'm wondering if they're going to do a play it your way kind of thing.
They might do a little bit of column A and a bit of column B kind of thing.
Yeah.
These are guys, Respawn was old Infinity Ward guys who made Modern Warfare 1 and 2 and the original CODs. They made Titanfall 1 and 2. I think it's good hands, Respawn hasn't made a bad game yet. Titanfall 1 was fucking great. Titanfall 2 was even better. I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's just a question if they can pull something like this off, right?
Yeah, this is one area where they're unproven. And their last third-person game, if we're being fair here, was Modern Warfare 2's third-person team tactical side mode.
Oh, come on. That doesn't count.
I'll count it. I want to see what they do with it. I trust Respawn more than any other company at EA right now, so
yeah,
I'll give them a fair shake.
Titanfall 2 is great, so I trust Respawn.
Oh yeah. We're gonna do one topic before the final one here. So EA promises that loot boxes and microtransactions will be less implemented going into the future.
What does that mean? Yeah, I just wanted to say that they just found another way to fuck you over. Don't you worry.
I mean, FIFA Ultimate Packs have made over $1 billion in the last year and a half. They're never going to get rid of those.
Of course not.
Well, Europeans... Okay. The most sold PS4 game in Europe is FIFA 18.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know why.
You Europeans are the reason why they don't learn.
I don't know.
It's not going to be the Americans buying soccer games, is it?
There's about 1 million sold physical copies of FIFA 18, according to VG charts. Physical, not digital. I mean, soccer or football here is it's liked, but it's not anywhere near as like fucking insane as it is in Europe. Not even Madden sells that well.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. I cannot understand it. I don't like football games, but the thing is, I know a lot of friends of mine who definitely buy these games every year again and again, and I don't understand it. I never will.
well, something fascinating to do, by the way. If you ever want to feel really depressing about your YouTube numbers, go on YouTube and type in Ultimate Team Unboxing, and just look at the views of those get.
I can imagine, yeah.
This is the kind of thing that would end up with me sliding a gun in my mouth while sitting in a bathtub crying. That'd be the lead up to, is all I'm saying. Yeah, it's insane how much money those make just for those 2 game series alone. It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see them in like the main games. Like, I don't think we're going to see loot boxes in Anthem. I think we're going to see like Ingram kind of style things like Destiny has, but not like paid Ingrams, shit like that. But I think that's how we're going to see it. We're not going to see it in the main games. We're not going to see it in the big ones, but the FIFAs and the Maddens and the mobile games, we're going to see it in those.
Oh, for sure.
I think EA have learned their lesson from Star Wars, but I think they also shouldn't be trusted. They'll find another way.
Yeah, I mean, I will trust their word as soon as they can prove it. I don't know. I'm still like convinced they found some other devious way to get all your money.
Yeah, I expect it. I just don't know what they'll learn for now, but they won't learn forever.
Yeah, the thing is, I of course they learned something, but I wonder what they actually learned from it. It could have been the whole wrong lesson they learned from it. Something like, oh, we must be more sneaky about our stuff.
Yeah, it's mostly just that.
I just think what they learned personally is the FIFA community doesn't bitch, the Madden community doesn't bitch, but this community bitches.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
That's what I took from it when I read that. I'm like, yeah, less implemented means we're just not going to implement these games, but these games.
Probably.
All right, and then we're going to wrap EA up with So, Command and Conquer's coming back, guys.
Who cares?
Just kill it already, please.
Yeah, we're getting a mobile game called Command and Conquer Rivals, which, okay, I don't know about you guys. Was that the cringiest part of this whole EA, like everything?
It was so boring. I actually just pulled out my phone and started playing an actual good mobile game, South Park Phone Destroyer.
Also, is he like it is heavily disliked? You want to know how many? Okay, hang on. Without looking, guys, because I'm looking at it now. How many likes do you think it has? Like on 1,000
dislikes
scale.
or likes?
Well, first we're going likes. How many likes do you think this has?
300.
A little high, in 1,000 range. I'm talking like in the 1,000.
Let's say 5,000.
Okay, how many dislikes do you think it has?
Well, it's going to be less than Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, isn't it?
It is, which I think that one was kind of undeserved, personally.
So it's less than 1 million.
Yeah, less than 1 million. Okay, so
I'm going to say 500,000.
okay, a little highball, but all right. Okay,
432,000.
it has 2,000 likes and 49,000 dislikes. 49,
Oh God.
Yeah, it's a scale is worse. The scale is way worse. It's like a tiny little notch of likes, a little blue on the bar, rest dislikes. You know, Command and Conquer, like, I wouldn't mind a mobile Command and Conquer game. That doesn't sound like a bad concept. It just, that trailer, like, the whole gameplay looked like shit.
Mm-hmm.
It looked awful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a mobile Command and Conquer game just fine. There's a few really great mobile RTSs.
Yeah.
I don't know why they fuck up. Why do they fuck up on mobile games every single time? I had to bitch about that a tiny bit. I'm holding back bitching because I was going to bitch about Destiny 2 earlier. This is, yeah. All right. So how would you guys rate the EA conference? I'd rate it,
0 out of 10, it sucked.
I think that, yeah, snoring or
I would go for an out of.
Sea of Solitude looks amazing.
That looked like nice, and
That was okay,
was nice.
See, I think
And-
the indie titles do a lot better than some of the big ones these days, especially for E EA.
I think when they find an indie game to publish, they do really well with it. That's the thing I've noticed. Like, they do well with the indie games they put out. A Way
They don't
Out.
do microtransactions.
Well, they don't fuck with them either, which
Yeah,
some
EA
publishers
Originals
fuck
is
with bad.
EA Originals is actually they basically get no money from from any game under the EA Originals program.
It goes straight to the the developers. That like we're seeing independent developers get a lot of love from like publishers and like console developers. Like PlayStation has their exclusive, like they'll go through and help developers out. There's the ID and Xbox program, EA Originals. These are all really great services, and they do well with them. And it's just shame the rest of EA.
Yeah.
Oof. I'd personally say this is the worst one, really.
I sleep out of 10.
We don't even get like the good cringy shit out of EA one. It just was boring. It's such a turd. All right, we're gonna jump from EA, get off this bad funk. We're trying to get to the end here with the next two. Nintendo.
And this is where I come in.
Daemon X Machina looked cool.
Yeah, Daemon X. Well, we'll get to that one first, actually, because that was the first one in the trailers there. I was impressed. It looks kind of fun.
Unexpected yet interesting.
Yeah. I think
Just like Nintendo's going Gundam now.
Yeah, weird new IP that kind of like came out of nowhere. I think it's a new IP, right? It could be from an anime that I've never heard of.
It's actually being developed by Marvelous of all people.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Who, by the way, I mentioned are the same people who freaking started the Harvest Moon series.
Holy shit.
So yeah, think about that for a second. The cutesy farming simulator that we all know is now making Gundam mechs.
I'll allow it. Fuck.
Just wrap your head around that.
We're gonna quickly knock out a couple of the smaller ones here. Fortnite coming to the Switch, or came to the Switch, is on the Switch. Yes.
I'm just like, the leaks truly are real.
Fortnite's a good fit for like being around the house and playing the Switch kind of thing. I've played it a couple times, and it's not bad to play while you're on the toilet. It certainly doesn't look good. Like it's not the prettiest version of Fortnite, but it's
not going to be.
Yeah, 30 frames also was a little iffy, but that's what it was on consoles before the 60 FPS patch.
I mean, to play devil's advocate again,
it's
I'm
on
guessing,
a handheld.
Well, that and also I'm guessing this is pretty good for people who don't have as good PC specs to run the game, because unfortunately there are still some of those people who just don't have the money for like more high-end stuff.
Well, I mean, the good thing about Fortnite is, relatively, you can run it on a lot of PCs. Like, it runs pretty well, even at low quality.
I'd imagine there's still that minority, though.
Yeah.
There always is. But if it can run on, like, even Potato, then great.
I mean, the fun thing is, like, you know, also, or I don't think we're going to tackle the controversy that's been happening recently.
Nope.
You know, being able to, like, if I want to, I can, like, just play with people that I know on PC on my Switch while I'm taking a shit. I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily.
Well, I think Fortnite is going to be the new Skyrim, where it just goes for everything. You know, we might actually get Fortnite for the Alexa, Fortnite for the Generation 1 Tamagotchi.
Fortnite for your toaster.
Probably.
You know, I think it'd be fun though. You know, Fortnite's not a bad game. That's the thing. Like Fortnite,
it's just got bad.
It's like 10 times better than PUBG. That's for sure.
I don't know about that one.
I agree. Like Fortnite is a really good game.
Yeah,
sorry, but PUBG is garbage. Sorry.
PUBG needs to work on shit more.
Well, but they're not.
Yeah. Oh, Sonic Kick's about to head out, by the way. We will see you later, man. All right. I mean, I don't know. I like PUBG. I also like Fortnite.
I just couldn't care less for all the battle royale games somehow.
Yeah, I don't play any of them either.
Just because it's too popular at the moment. You know, like that song on the radio that is really good, but it's just played every 3 songs.
Nah, it's not necessarily that. It's just it's not a style of game for me. I like the Battle Royale movie. That was fun.
For me, I'm just pissed the only one that followed the grid system from the movie was fucking Radical Heights. That's the thing that pisses me off about.
That's kind of true, yeah.
Like, PUBG I think would be way better if it had the grid system. But the circle doesn't hurt either. I think it's, I think it's an interesting fit too. But, I mean, Battle Royale modes, I think they're just starting, really. You'll see a lot of companies start making them now, but I think you're going to see more of them. The ones that are refined, the ones that do well, like Fortnite, are the ones that are going to last.
It's just like with every video game craze.
It's like the Horde mode.
Yeah, it's a Horde mode. At one point, we had a zombie kind of craze. Everything had to have zombies in it,
it's gonna have its peak, but then before you know it, it's gonna just die out in favor of whatever the hell the next one's gonna be.
Yeah.
The thing is, so weird, by the way, also that Epic did the Horde mode and then they fucking winning with the Battle Royale. I think what you're gonna see is, because the way Battle Royale games work, they're infinitely different. You're never gonna have the same experience twice. So I think
can contest that. I always die in exactly the same way every single time.
Well,
it just pisses me off.
I mean, you got different zone areas. You got, players doing different things in different aspects. You're never going to have necessarily the same thing twice happen.
I think my experience of Battle Royale has always been land somewhere where no one's going to kill you within the first 3 seconds, loot, walk for about 5 minutes because everyone else is dead, and then get killed by a sniper. That's every time.
That is my experience too. Gear up for half an hour, then shoot for 5 seconds and die.
I tend to do a little bit better than that. Normally I'm until the last 5, and then when a circle's so close, I'm getting fucked pretty much by 4 angles. That's what happens. Yeah, I see them evolving though. I see it staying as kind of a type of game. I'm just surprised it took so fucking long for this kind of concept to finally be made.
Well, it has been going on for quite a while. It's been like that. There have been other battle royale styles before. It's just surprising that it's all just come up now.
I mean, say what you will about PUBG, but it did refine a lot of aspects that a lot of the other games, like the culling and shit like that, failed to kind of refine and mesh together right. A lot of them didn't do what needed to be done, I think. PUBG, even for its issues, even for problems it has, it knocked it out. We need to kind of move on to the next one. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, we're still on PUBG. We're still on Fortnite. Christ. On Switch. Yeah, all right. So Hollow Knight. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, see, the thing with the Switch is, I think Nintendo look like they're almost changing the direction of their... I think I said before that they've got a very specific market, and it looks like with all the titles that are coming to Switch, it looks like they're, well, switching it up to become a bit... I had to get that pun in somehow. They're changing to... As well as their specific market that they have, they seem to be taking on a lot of these main titles that the Xbox and PlayStation are also have been the forefront of, and now everything seems to be moving also to Switch. It does seem like they're changing the direction now.
I get that. Let's see here. You want to jump to the next topic now?
Sure.
All right, so Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah, fuck. I was not expecting everybody to be in, except for Waluigi. God damn.
Yeah, that's sad.
He's an assist trophy now.
Never catch a break.
Hey, guess what? He's an assist trophy now. All you people, shut up and stop saying Sakurai.
Assist trophies like bitch mode, man.
Okay. Look, to talk for the Waluigi thing, people. I don't again. People have been legitimately at least the stupid ones have been sending freaking how dare you not a clone and we're gonna no. You see now Sakurai is a very spiteful person, so now he's literally just gonna be like, hey guys, you want Waluigi? Here's more assist trophy.
Yeah, I'd prefer I've always been kind of like, I wish Waluigi even had his own fucking game, but yeah, he gets the short end of the stick pretty much.
Oh, but it's actually coming out this freaking year. The whole freaking roster from the entire series is here, and it looks so pretty.
I think he's probably going to end up being DLC later on. You know.
Wah.
I had a friend who used to be able to do that fucking 100%.
But I am so getting that goddamn game day one. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I'm gonna play the ever living hell out of it. And the GameCube controller back in action. Viva la GameCube!
Oh, GameCube was the best. I think that's the best that the Nintendo's ever had. Personally, generation-wise.
Yeah, because GameCube also had the best fucking triggers too. Oh
yeah, that controller is beautiful.
Oh, you know it's truly an intense Smash Brothers match when you just hear the clickety clack of the control sticks and the buttons. It's like music.
It's like a gun going off.
It's just it's like ASMR for gamers. It's just
It's some good shit. I think Nintendo, they know what they're doing with Smash Brothers Ultimate. Yeah, people all saying, "Oh, it's a port." Even if it was just a port, though, this is still the smartest way to port it.
If it's a port, then it's definitely the best freaking port we'll ever get in our lifetimes.
It's better port than most games get ported nowadays. So,
exactly.
Bringing everybody back, even fucking Snake, which I'm kind of surprised I got.
Oh, I watched a reaction video from the Nintendo New York store. The minute Snake popped onto the screen, people stood up from their chairs.
I was seriously like, wait, how the fuck did they get Konami to sign off on this? But I'm like, hang on, Konami needs $1, don't they? Yeah, shit.
They're like, we gotta get people to like us somehow.
I think this is the smartest thing they could do, and I'm glad they did it. All right. So that's pretty much all we got for Nintendo, really, I think.
Day one purchase.
Yeah, fucking instant. How would you guys rate it? Would you rate it Smash Brothers out of 10 or Smash Brothers out of 10?
Smash, 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 smash.
Wow, out of 10.
Wah. We could just wham for the next half hour, right?
All right, let's do it.
Whammisoft, their Wham 3 showing. All right, so they showed off the Division 2 was their big win.
God damn it. He really can't keep doing this. Holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah. We should have been doing this from the start. Fuck, can we start re-recording?
No.
So then 2 hours.
Damn.
So yeah, I'm hyped for Division 2. The first one was actually really great after the first like few months because they had to patch all the shit.
Wait, no one excited for Just Dance?
We'll save Just Dance for the end. That'll be a final when we talk about. How about that?
Have the freaking Tetris theme again as part of it.
Ugh.
See, Assassin's Creed Odyssey looks pretty damn good.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if because Origins was pretty decent. It was
Origins was really good compared to the last two.
It's probably the best since 2.
I'd say Black Flag.
Oh yeah, I forgot the sea shanties were awesome. I think this one looks like it could be like Assassin's Creed could be going back up to where it was before, but going back up to the stature it had before. And I'm not too sure what they're going to do with this story in the Grecian War, is it? Or
I think so.
But it'd be interesting to see where they go with it. But I think it does look more promising for them than quite a number of the last few installments.
I would have preferred another year off. I don't mind. Like I kind of thought we were gonna do like bi-yearly, you know, kind of shifting into like there's a year gap between each one.
Well, by rights, they really should.
Yeah.
Because I think they learned from was it Syndicate or
which one was
the worst
Syndicate
one
was
that
turd.
They were forced to take like a year off.
Syndicate, yep.
Yeah, because they really benefited from that. I'm wondering why they've decided to rush into the next one, but it looks good. And I mean, Origins was good. If they just keep up that, they can go back to what they had before.
Keep people excited, yeah. I'm nervous, but I think, you know, they have enough trust after Origins for me now that I can go into this one and be like, okay, if it's bad, then no more Assassin's Creed for a while again. Go back to your room, guys. If it's good, then I won't be worried as much, you know?
Yeah. No, I think they've got to make this a good one. Otherwise, Origins was just a fluke.
Oh, yeah. Which, you never know with the series, because that might actually be a case. Anybody else for Odyssey?
Yeah, it looked pretty. But I don't know. I've been off Assassin's Creed for a while. But maybe I'm gonna give this one a shot again.
I would say give Origins a shot first, because Origins is all in all a really good game.
All right.
Yeah, all right, we're gonna jump into the Division 2 again. The first game ended up being really, really good after a couple of months of patches and shit. And it was the biggest new IP launch that Ubisoft ever did. So, I mean, a sequel was obviously going to happen. And I think setting it in Washington, D.C. is a good place because Washington, D.C. is absurdly big and also really dense. And it makes for a good kind of like close shooter like Division. Yeah, what do you guys think of that?
Well, yeah, it looked very good. I have to be honest, I never really played a lot of Division, the first one. So I don't know if I can get into this. But it looks nice. That certainly.
Oh, yeah. Well, Division 1 also looked really pretty. That game, the snow effects were just fucking mind-blowing, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if there's one thing that everybody, even people who hated the fucking game, liked about it, was just how pretty the snow was. Because it's New York in wintertime, and it looks like New York in wintertime. Anybody else for Division 2? All right.
I think it's fine.
So, Mario and Rabbids is getting Donkey Kong DLC, which I think came out, like, it's coming out soon, I believe. I don't know if it's out now. Mario and Rabbids was surprisingly a better XCOM 2 than XCOM 2 for a little while there. I was surprised with how well they designed everything around it. Because I was not expecting much out of a Mario game with Rabbids. I was like,
fucking Rabbids.
Like, who the fuck thought this was a good idea? And it ended up being a good idea.
I mean, I was surprised to see that it was received well, despite the fact that no one asked for the Rabbids to come back.
Oh yeah, nobody did. Everybody wanted the Rabbids to fucking, like, a wood chipper, just jam them all down.
Same here.
I wouldn't have minded. Yeah. I would be like, okay, yeah, sure. But the game ended up being a lot of fun. It ended up being, like I said before, a better XCOM than XCOM 2. Which I did not expect. I think, more content for the game, I'm not going to complain.
Sure. I've never really cared about this one. But yeah, more content. Yay.
We're going to get into something that everybody cares about here. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Everybody?
Yes.
It's actually happening. Holy shit.
It feels like almost 20 years of the making now.
Yeah, let's hope it's not gonna be Duke Nukem syndrome.
Oh god, I hope not.
There is a chance it could be.
Well, to be fair, Duke Nukem Forever has a lot of other problems though.
Well, true. Yeah.
Let's see. Well, we're almost 16, 17 years since the original.
It's absurdly long time ago.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. It's almost impressively long. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. The first game is one of my favorite games of all time. A sequel feels weird to know that it's actually in development. We're finally gonna see a release for the fucking thing.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I hope it's not going to be not necessarily Duke Nukem, but Half-Life 3. If that ever would be made, it would be kind of, I don't know. It feels this surreal. Oh, it's actually happening. I don't even know if I want it now anymore. So
almost like Skyrim 6.
Oh, yeah, right.
Skyrim 6, Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's going to be good, but I don't really know how I should feel about it.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Just it being so long, they have so many different things they can do that it could be amazing, it could be awful. Ansel also has another game in development for PS4, I believe, doesn't he? Well, I think it's Wild or something.
Not sure.
I'm not sure.
Huh. I remember that happened a few years ago when I was in it. So I could just be thinking of different games. But I mean, hey, there's been other games that have been in development for that long a time and finally came out. Last Guardian.
Oh yeah, true.
Final Fantasy 15, which is probably a better example of I think it's a better game personally, but I don't know. We probably shouldn't delve in too much of Beyond because there's not really too much we can delve into right now.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones.
Yeah, somebody thought, hey, people like Black Flag and the ship part of that. Let's make it into a game. At least that's how it looks.
It looks like Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, but cooler. In my opinion, I don't know.
I'll say this. with Sea of Thieves, it's a lot better if you got like four friends on, and you got like a whole bunch of people just. With this one, it looks like more you can play single player without like having to worry about like managing everything, like shooting and adjusting the sails and all that as a solo player.
Yeah. So I'm quite surprised it took this long after Black Flag for this to happen.
Yeah, that's the one thing where I'm like, this is the thing I would have just said, hey, why are we making Assassin's Creed games right now? Let's make this.
Yeah, I mean, they want to make money, right? So why not?
So is this playing on nostalgia, or is it playing on the idea that it was a decent mechanic?
Yes.
Maybe both, kinda.
Yeah, I would say it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. You have a good game, you have a good core, right? Makes sense to just take that core and just dig deeper into it. I hope it's good. It's the same thing I'm going to say probably of Sea of Thieves. I want to see what it's going to be like in a year, Like, how is this game going to look when we have more content with it? Because knowing Ubisoft and knowing how the Division was, you're going to probably want to skip out at launch and then just wait until the first year. Right at the end of it,
Yeah. I have to be honest, I'm more excited about this than Sea of Thieves. I
can understand that. Sea of Thieves, I'm hoping the new content will make it better, but I'm also kind of just like, I'm waiting a little bit and then jumping in like after it comes out.
Oh yeah, that's almost all the time a good idea, actually.
Although, if Skull and Bones had Sea of Thieves water physics, though, holy fuck. That game has the most beautiful water.
That is true.
All right, we're gonna jump into Trials Rising. More Trials games.
That's this motocross game kind of thing where you go to a park. Yeah, right.
Really fun, normally very short, kind of like, I'd say bite size, personally. Like, you have these bite size little areas and you run through them. They're kind of challenges with speed trials and shit.
Yeah, I kind of remember back in the day, this was a Flash game.
Yep, and then Trials HD came out on the 360 and got really fucking big.
Yeah.
And then Ubisoft bought the Trials studio because they're like, hell yeah, this game did well. Trials HD was a lot of fun. I've spent hundreds of hours on that fucking game. A whole bunch of custom maps and modes too that people would make. I'm excited to see what Trials Rising is going to be. Apparently, it runs really well already on the Switch and PS4 and Xbox One and all that. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's actually a game I could imagine playing on a Switch for once.
Yeah, that's a good fit for it. You got the little Joy-Cons. You can snap them off. You can put them on there, walk around with it.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's one of the better games I think they announced for it recently. All right, so we're about to run up to the end of Ubisoft here. And you want to talk about a game that's on every fucking platform, including the Wii? Just Dance 2019 is the way they started the show off. That I seriously, I've never felt second-handedly embarrassed for a company that I did for Ubisoft.
There's no way you should ever start the show with that. There's
no.
Asleep.
Unless they danced during it,
they danced the whole fucking thing. They danced up and down a street, and they walked into a building, and then they danced onto the stage. And I was like, how do I just shoot myself so I don't?
But do it less embarrassingly, but still just as cool.
The thing is, there's no way to not do the dancing embarrassing. There's no possible way. Every time they do, do you remember the Connect stuff? You could just Dance on Connect and Dance Central and all that. It's always cringy.
Yeah.
When we're seeing people with plastic instruments or holding a controller like that or dancing with no controller or anything, it's weird. It's so uncanny,
Did they deliberately do it ironically, or did they play it as straight faced as possible?
They played it seemingly straight faced with this one. Or talking about
God. Oh, God.
yeah, it was so weird. I don't know why they decided to do that, but it's always bad. It's every conference that does these kind of things, always bad. Wii music, bad. I don't know. I think it's pretty much the end of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So to wrap this night of podcast up, we're gonna rate Ubisoft's conference. What do you guys think?
Yar out of 10.
Division 2 release date is like in March, and I don't care about anything else right now.
What the hell out of 10?
That'll do. All right. So I've been Bane. You can find me at the usual places. I'll put a link in the YouTube video. All right, Sheep, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Twitter or on YouTube as RetroSheep08.
All right, Shadow, where can we find you at?
Twitter and YouTube as Shadow1990CH.
There we go. And where can we find you at, Inferno Dragon?
Find me at Inferno Dragon 3D on Twitter and Inferno Dragon 343 on YouTube and Twitch. There you go.
All right. This was pretty long, and I feel really bad for Red because he's just having to listen to us for about 2.5+ hours.
It's fine. We can give him some waz. Wah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck. We should have done it during Just Dance. Shit. All right. Well, this is a fun night. I'm gonna head out of here. I have to do some spring cleaning today, actually. And yeah, I'm hungry too.
I need to fucking sleep.
I'm gonna rip into a Rice Krispie treat after this. So I will see you guys later.
All right. See you guys.
All right. Bye.